Hi, it's Maggie from Moon Directed. Welcome to my channel. I'm so excited to be back. I'm so excited that you came back. And if you are new to this channel, welcome. Welcome so much. Here we work with the energy of the moon to see how we can best utilize it to move our life forward in the most positive way possible. I had to take a hiatus. There is another video up a little bit about that, details of that, but I needed a hiatus. The energy of the moon, because I have so much moon energy in my chart, it was just really a tough summer. So I did the necessary healing work. I did as I teach, which is, when the pressure in the cabin drops, put your mask on first. So I put my mask on so that now I can be here to walk with you through these next few exciting and challenging months as we finish out 2020. Part of the healing journey that I did was I spent some time on the beach, and I shared with you that I found a spearhead and an arrowhead, but I forgot to show you this really cool, check this out. I found a petrified goosehood. So goose is actually one of my spirit animals. So there you go. Like, there is just all kinds of interesting things this summer. So the way we're going to do this is I'm going to actually talk to you a little bit about the overall astrology for the week ahead. This is the week of September 28th through Saturday, October 3rd. There is a lot happening, and I was thinking about doing 2 weeks, and I was like, oh my gosh, no, there is too much. So the overall energy of this week, actually I want to get a couple cards on that, but the overall energy of this week is very much about being aware of how you feel. How do you feel in your body with the things that are going on? What calls to you? What makes you feel safe? What makes you feel excited for the future? And where do you say, no, I'm done with that. I'm letting that go. It does not serve me. That is not at all what I'm interested in. And so, yes, we have, I'm not surprised to see it, we have the Seven of Cups. It is a week of assessing. But Seven of Cups is emotional energy. It is reaching into your heart and looking closely to see, what do you really want to choose from? What is really important to you? Where do you want to go next? And what are you willing to walk away from and leave behind? And I really want to encourage you to feel into that energy. And so there's this thing, it's called heart resonance, and it's where you when you're breathing, then you focus your breath. So when you're doing a focused breath and you're inhaling nice and slowly, and you get to like a 6 count, and then you release audibly out the mouth, so into the nose, out through the mouth, and then after a couple of those, imagine that the breath is coming in and out of your heart, and really feel into the energy when you're trying to make major decisions. So it will really benefit you because you have Seven of Cups energy for the collective. It's overall energy for this week, and I'm just not surprised at all. So what we have happening here is on Monday, we have the moon starts out in Aquarius, and it is opposing Venus over there in Leo, and they're really saying, what does your heart want? What does your heart really, really want? What is important to you? Where do you want to go with this? And so it is about pulling your thoughts down and deep into your heart space and using that heart resonance, because the moon is going to move into Pisces at, what is it, in the afternoon? No? Yeah, in the early morning hours. What? No. At 11:38 a.m. I don't know what I highlighted there, but okay. So yes, when the moon is void, of course, in the middle of the night. So you could have some serious dreams going on about what actions you want to take next. So really pay attention to your dreams. In fact, this week, because of what Neptune is doing in Pisces and some of the interactions, your dream world is really important. And we're getting into October, right? And so October, the veil becomes thinner, especially as we come up to the Day of the Dead. And so, All Hallows Eve, and we actually have a full moon on Halloween this year coming up in Taurus, so that should be interesting. So we have all this energy, and so as the veil thins over the next few weeks, you can really tap into your intuition, really get some information and guidance from your loved ones and your spirit guides that are on the other side of the veil. And so your dreams is a place where it's very easy for them to meet. Another place that's really easy for them to meet is in channeling. And you can do that through writing. Just sit down and just start writing about whatever you're thinking about. Not really Like, okay, so I'm really upset today about XYZ, and, or I don't know what to do about, or how should I, whatever, right? And then just keep writing and write for, plan to write for 10 to 20 minutes and see what comes out of the other end of the pen. Because that's through that action that you open up the channel and really allow your higher self to speak to you. So that's what Monday is. So Monday, the moon is going to move into Pisces at 11:34 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time. And then we've got Venus there in a nice trine with Mars over in Aries. And so they are inviting you to make the change that feels right in your heart space. So that's really what this whole week is. It really kind of sets it all up for that. But then on Tuesday, because there's just not enough going on, we also have this happening. So we have Saturn going direct. So we had Saturn rules Capricorn. All those things are going on. It's at 25 degrees of Capricorn, and it's been ticking off a bunch of things, but it is in conjunction with Pluto. Pluto's at like 23 degrees, still in retrograde, but Pluto goes direct at the end of the week on Sunday. And so these planets are close enough together right now where they're really having a really good conversation about what are the structures, what is the self-discipline, what is the consistent, disciplined action that you can take to create the transformations in your life that your heart is calling you to do. And while all of this is going on, it is squaring Aries in retrograde. Now, Mars in retrograde in Aries at 25 degrees. And so there is a lot of tension. You will not miss the areas in your life that are looking for your time and attention. You aren't going to miss it. There's no way you don't know what I'm talking about. And for each one of you, it'll be something different, but you know what it is. You need to make some choices. You need to make some decisions. You need to take action. Even though Mars is in retrograde, and Mars in retrograde makes it hard to take the action. I get that. Boy, do I get that. But it doesn't have to be a big step. In fact, I encourage you to take small, gentle steps. Pretty soon Mars will go direct. Mars will go direct and it'll be a little easier. But right now it is about, it's like the little engine that could, right? It's, I think I can, I think I can, I think I can. It's that building up that energy. It's that I can, and moving yourself forward. But I really want you to step into the presence power and not saying, I think I can, but start saying, I am doing this. I am making this change. I am making this choice. I'm going to look at those 7 cups and I'm going to decide which one feels right. Just making that choice alone this week will be huge. It will start moving the energy in the direction in which you want it to go. On Wednesday, the moon is going to be in conjunction with exact conjunction with Neptune and Pisces. Pay attention to your dreams. Pay attention to your dreams and allow them to help guide you through this transformative energy. Just what do you really want? Don't worry so much about how you're going to make your dream a reality. Choose to make your dream a reality. That's what this week is about, making the choice. All right, and then the moon on Thursday is the full moon. So we have a full moon in Aries, which means that the moon is opposing the sun, and the sun is in Libra at 9 degrees. The moon is in Aries at 9 degrees in conjunction with Chiron. Chiron is the asteroid that is there to point out where the wounds are, where are those shadow things that you have to work through in this lifetime, and how can you heal? And so there's this big spotlight on the area of your life that really needs healing. And so choosing to make the choice of what you're going to do to help heal yourself, to move yourself forward, is the way to go. And so this whole COVID slowing down the world has all been about taking time to have time to seek out your shadow side and to nurture your inner child and to find the joy in the small things and to go out there and have some fun and do something you really want to do, right? And it's also been about space clearing, right? Physically removing things from your space. Physically removing relationships that don't work. Physically removing yourself from a job or a career that's not working for you. Physically eliminating from your life that which does not work for you. That's what you've been doing. And the sun is in Libra. And with the sun in Libra, there is so much energy pointed at relationships. And Venus is finishing up her time. She's finishing up being in Leo, where Leo says, I'm important. I need to do what is right for me. Because on, what is it, Saturday? Yeah, no, on Friday. On Friday, she moves into Virgo, where she takes action to balance out her life, to do the things that she needs to do. And she's in a trine with all of those planets. It's a loose trine. It's more like a trine of sign trine. So she's going to be moving toward those energies by the end of the next couple of weeks, really coming into nice tight trine energy with Jupiter and Pluto and Saturn over there in Aquarius, in Capricorn, and they're going to support her balancing her life by making the choice to do what feels right for her. And that would be what feels right for you, right? So really feeling into that heart space. The moon is also going to be squaring off with those planets on Friday. There is a change in direction coming, and there's no way you don't know what I'm talking about. I don't think anybody, if you don't think there's any area of your life that doesn't need some sort of a change, then I'm surprised. That's all I'm going to say. I don't know how anyone could not be feeling this energy. And the moon is going to be in conjunction with Mars. And even though Mars is in retrograde, the moon is like, but I want to get this done. And Mars is like, I do too. I'm still in retrograde. But let's figure out how. Let's figure out how. Let's take a baby step. On Saturday, there is an opportunity to have some really big explosive tower moments Thursday, Friday, as that moon comes in, as the energy flows into the full moon, and then the square energy, that's a lot of tension. And when you have that much pressure building up, it's like a pressure cooker. You've got to open up the valve and let some out. So figure out how to let the energy out yourself by making a choice, making a decision, taking a step in the direction you want to go. If you don't do this, I have a feeling nature will do it for you. The universe will do it for you. Changes are coming. Do you want to choose what those changes are, or do you want to allow the tower moment to come in? Because I'm very happy that card did not come out. I think that there is a lot of tower potential energy. So if you make the choice yourself, you avoid the tower, you can control the change, you can move things in the direction you want, instead of having to stand in the middle of the pile going, oh wow, I was trying to keep this together, but I didn't. It's just time for the change. And so I think that pretty much wraps it up for the week. We do have the moon in Taurus. It gets there on Saturday, and Moon in Taurus is going to oppose Mercury in Scorpio. And so they're going to be having this really interesting conversation about what do I feel and how do I communicate it. And I would like to caution you with Mercury in Scorpio to try to use kind words and to try to see things from a higher perspective and speak in a higher perspective and move in a higher perspective. It's so easy to get into that vindictive energy in that particular kind of a formation right there, especially with, the moon, recently just having opposed, squared off with all those big guys. There's a lot of energy that needs to be released, so try to let it out in a way that is constructive as opposed to destructive, right? And so, because all this is going on, and the moon is about to come into conjunction with Uranus and Taurus. And Uranus will make a sudden change. And so you'll be like, I'm stressed, because actually I think they're all together at 9 degrees. So when that moon hits 9 degrees, and Mercury, I believe, is at 9 degrees. Yeah, so there could be this explosive outburst that really makes a change in your life. If you want to control this, make the choice. Otherwise, things are just going to start happening anyways. So that is the week ahead. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go sign by sign. We're going to start with Aries, and I am going to pull cards for you for each day. We're going to, for the energies of each of them, I can just kind of get an overall flavor of what is going on for you. And so let's start. Let's see what we can get here. please leave me a comment and let me know what you guys have been up to over the last 3 months. These last 3 months, what kind of changes are going on in your life? What have you been doing that's good for you? I know a couple of you have contacted me to let me know that you have babies on the way. A couple of you contacted me to let me know that you have new relationships going. There's been some job changes. It's like being in flow, and it's really cool when I get this information from you. So, you know, all right, so Aries, your overall energy, wow. Okay, so, okay, Aries, your overall energy for the week. We've got the 5 of Cups. This is this regret, and it's coupled up with the 8 of Cups. This is, I am walking away from that which does not serve me, and I would really like to encourage you to not feel regret, but to take with you the lessons learned. Take with you what did you learn from this? Because everything is lessons and blessings, right? And so when we choose to look for the lesson in it, when we choose to say, okay, what did that show me? What is it about this situation that I learned so that, 1, I can avoid being in this situation again, and 2, so that I'm aiding my soul in growth, right? And so what is it that you want to use that you can take with you from that? And so with that moon in you know, Pisces there, coming out of that Aquarius where you're being asked to focus and, you know, take the appropriate action and really pay attention to your dreams this week, you have, pay attention to your dreams this week, I say, and you have take note. Take note. It says your answers are being given to you. Quieting external voices and excessive noise will give you the chance to hear what is being affected. So, listening to your intuition, listening to your thoughts, paying attention to that. Really, really allowing yourself to focus in on, whatever you wake up, put a journal by your bed. The dream I had this morning before I woke up, I was like, what? And so I knew what it was, sort of, but as I analyzed my way through it, I picked up some more details. There's really good dream dictionaries online. I have a book because I just like books. When I roll over in bed, I like to pick up the book and go through it. But there are good dream dictionaries online, so you don't need to do that. You could be more in the 21st century. Okay, so excessive noise. I also want to say spend some time in quiet meditation, journaling. I heard journaling. Okay, and then you have polite declaration. You can move in whatever direction you need to accomplish your goals. It is time for you to get out there, claim what is yours, and stay in your power. The amount that I love this card cannot be expressed. Claim what is yours. Take back your power. I call back across all timelines, past, present, and future, all the pieces and the parts of my soul, and I claim my power back, right? Reclaim your power. And that moon is in Aries. It's a lot of opportunity for change in an explosive manner. Aries, this is going to be kind of tough for you, right? Because Mars rules your sign. It's in your sign. Mars is in retrograde, and it is in square with Saturn. And Saturn's like boundaries, limits, discipline. Mars is like, but I want to do things. I have all these ideas. I want to make these changes. and you know, Saturn's like, slow down. Slow and steady is going to win the race. Consistent, disciplined action. Now, there is a full moon that comes on Thursday, right? It's at 9 degrees. This is the abundance full moon. This is the part where we let go of whatever isn't working so we can bring the abundance into our life. It does require stepping into your power, and it does require self-reflection. You have Helios. You have the sun god. Okay, I'm actually going to read that because I really love the stuff that Steve DeMarco puts in on that. But I want to pull a moon card for that full moon to kind of give us a little information about where you're going here. Oof! You have the full moon in Aries card. Aries, a fiery climax approaches, and you have faith in your dreams. Yeah, there is an ending. Things come in cycles. The world moves in cycles. Everything is right. It's a very cyclical energy. Things are going to be moving and changing in your life. Know that personal patterns, positive or negative, may be playing out in your life right now. Plug into the cycles of nature for renewal and vitality. For renewal and vitality. So, change is happening. We cannot hold it back. We can't. There's so much happening this year, right? So when that moon gets into Taurus, it's about stepping into what feels good, stepping into what's pleasure and what brings you the balance. And this is, especially if you're in Aries rising, this would be in your second house of what you value: self-esteem, self-worth, self-value. Where are you going to find what feels right? And so this is a chance to rebalance yourself. Just that playing out. You have opened yourself to true abundance. It is the abundance moon, and it is in your sign. And so but the full moon's all this energy that needs to be released in order to create, in order to bring in. So let's grab you a crystal card to work with this week, and an affirmation. They come with affirmations, and I really felt like we were going to need that. And I don't think I'm wrong. Okay, so for you, you get 2. You have, I step forward with joy and enthusiasm. I see my path shining brightly before me, golden topaz. Yes. It says, visualize your life purpose, amplify joy and bliss, improve the ability to speak up, cultivate ease, process all that is happening around and within. The golden topaz. This is a really great. And the other one that came out was per night. I accept the impermanence of all things, and I know that change brings renewal and goodness. That was that Helios card. Integrate and accept change. Align with the cycles of life. Improve mental alertness and focus on your present moment. Breathe. Take time to breathe. Take time to really, focus in on what is important to you. And that polite declaration is all about saying, I claim this for me. I'm sorry if it doesn't jive for you, but that's okay. I wish you well, right? I wish you well. So that looks like a big week there, Aries. All right, let's move on. I want to pick up the pace here because apparently I'm not allowed to record for over 3 hours. And besides, we're getting into Taurus, and Taurus doesn't like it when I take a long time to get to the point, so I'll try to speed it up for Taurus. All right, hey there, Taurus, sun, moon, rising. How are you doing? So this is your part of the reading. I am going to pull some cards for your overall energy, but first I need to shuffle this in. I do want to encourage you to watch the first part, even though this is Taurus right here. The first part where we go through what's going on with everything that's going on this week, it's pretty huge, but the overall gist of it is change is coming. The opportunity to choose for yourself to make the change is highly encouraged because change is happening and you have the opportunity to have influence over what that change is, or when that full moon happens and it starts squaring off with all those planets and with Uranus in your sign, change will happen and you may not have as much control as you would prefer. So I'm going to encourage you to make some choices to figure out where it is that you would like to be. So I'm going to actually write down the time so I can stamp later. And let's go. Let's see what your overall energy for the week is. This week of change, this week of decision making, this week of I have so many options and what should I do, right? That's kind of what the week is. All right. Let's see what we got here for Taurus. Ooh, Taurus. Interesting. You have the 8 of Cups. The 8 of Cups is walking away from that which does not emotionally serve you, that which no longer fits. It's like the shoe you've outgrown. you thank it for its service, but you know, it's time to move on. And then you have, on top of that, you have the Six of Cups energy. And the Sixth Cup of energy is the energy of the soulmate. It is the energy of coming home to the soulmate. Now, coming home to the soulmate could be your family. It could literally be someone that you've known before, or it could be moving toward a soulmate relationship that feels like you're coming home. This is lovely. So change is coming, and this looks really gentle considering that you got Uranus in your sign this week in conjunction with the moon over the coming weekend. I feel like this seems as though you already know what's going to happen, and that Uranus, that sudden change moment might be that might be you surprising somebody, not so much that you're going to be surprised by the change, which makes sense, of course. Okay, so when the moon is in Pisces at the beginning of the week, and how are you going to handle this energy of needing to focus what your action is? And I really want to encourage you to pay attention to your dreams, look for signs and signals this week, but you have gliding through the currents. With a different approach, you will glide through a situation with grace and ease, going inward and bringing your understanding, perspective on behavior into flow will help your dreams take flight. This week, I literally wrote it down. This week, especially when the moon got into Taurus, I wrote down, time to make those dreams your reality. Consistent, disciplined action is required. And so here we go, gliding through the currents with a different approach. So perhaps the way you've been doing things hasn't really been working, and you figured that out, and so you're making the change, walking away from what doesn't work. Could be in the career, could be in, relationship sector. This soulmate energy, that can happen at work or in personal space. But yeah, because your career sector is really lit up this week. We've got the 10th house, 11th house, 12th house, and your first house. So the 10th house is career. But by the time we get to, the 12th house, we're looking, so 11th house is your groups, your public arena of your life. And then we have getting into your dreams and your goals and your belief system, and your dreams that you really want to make a reality, and then back into the first house of making them a reality. So this week is really set up to move you forward. So this full moon is in Aries, is the abundance, called the abundance full moon. And so this is about harvesting what works, releasing what doesn't, right? I just saw the scythe and a shaft of wheat being, the seeds being used in the shaft. Well, actually the shaft doesn't go to waste, right? Because that becomes the straw that's used to feed horses. And so even though you're separating what you need from what you don't need, nothing is really wasted. Lessons were learned, information came in, you grew. Wow, I just heard you grew. And that makes so much sense with the wheat. And so separating out what doesn't serve any longer. Okay, ooh, all right. So in October, we actually have 2 full moons. We have this one in Aries, and on Halloween, we have full moon in Taurus. And then right after that, we'll have the new moon in Scorpio. Yes? Yes. And so you have worked through your fears, new moon in Scorpio. And so this week, you're being encouraged to start that walking away from what doesn't serve you, taking a risk. Okay, I just saw the Fool. All right, so taking a risk and knowing that you are being guided and protected through this, your commitment is going to be tested. And so I have a feeling that what you want to do, there's risk involved. And so that your commitment to you doing what is right for you, that 8 of Cups walking away, is going to be very tested by other people's opinions, by your own personal fear. Oh gosh, I really don't like this job. I don't like this career. I want to step out and make my own way, or I want to take this other job, but this other job would be more satisfying emotionally, but and have less hours attached to it, but the money isn't the same. And so there's fear, like, will I still feel abundant? And I think it's up to you to decide what does true abundance mean, because it's not always about who has the most money wins or the most toys wins, right? A lot of times it's about finding that balance, that emotional fulfillment also in your life. And so you have, okay, and going with that, you have Vishnu, you have balance, and you have Poseidon, you have flow. Poseidon actually is like Neptune, and Neptune is in conjunction with the moon on Tuesday night into Wednesday, and so I really want to encourage you to pay attention to your dreams at that time. But this is about balance and flow. When you are in flow with spirit and you bring your life into balance, then you are in flow with spirit. It's like they work together. And we're in Libra season, which is all about getting into balance, right? And so you have balance and flow here. I'm going to go ahead and read what she wrote on these just real quick. Just a little synopsis for Vishnu, balance, rectifying imbalances in your mind, body, and soul reduces suffering and pain. The middle path is the best course of action. So it's that gentle change. It's the making the changes, being in flow with spirit. I don't think you're going to be the one that's hit by the sudden shakeup. Expect a greater flow of creativity, ease, or prosperity. This card is a siren call to protect and enjoy the stunning oceans of the world. Oh. If you are humanitarian, if you're like looking for something, Okay, all right, so actually what I just saw was plastic bottles floating in the middle of the ocean. And so what can you do to reduce how much plastic you're using? Something simple like that is a step forward to help protecting the universe. All right, so then with that moon gets into your sign, it is definitely about finding, it's so funny because we have balance and flow, and here when the moon is in your sign, we have balance and we have pleasure. So are you working too hard? Do you need to find the balance? So the guidance here is the owl. Listen to the messages of the angels. Yeah, pay attention to your dreams. Pay attention to the signs and the signals you pick up. The thoughts, the RAM thoughts. I don't think Taurus takes enough time to sit and really write down what they're thinking, but I think they do a lot of thinking. So however it is that you figure it out, however it is that you dive into that space of that, I'm thinking my way through this, really work through the heart space and see what brings you that sense of joy, that sense of peace. What flow isn't about the path of least resistance. Flow is about choosing to follow your heart space. This is time for following what's in your heart. Okay. You have blue tiger's eye. It is easy to see beyond the obvious. I am focused on my own sacred path. There you go. Calm mental chatter, and clear confusion. Take steps to gain a new perspective in life and increase emotional balance. I think Spirit has a theme for you. Oh, wow, big time. It's about what does it take to create emotional balance in your life? What is that? If work is really annoying you, let it go. You can create abundance. That's the thing about Taurus. They seem to worry a lot about the finances, but the truth of the matter is, when it comes down to actually manifesting financial abundance, that is your superpower. And so worrying about that to the exclusion of finding the emotional balance in your life is counterproductive. Because the financial abundance, while it does not suck, but when it doesn't allow space for you to enjoy it, to enjoy life, to enjoy being you, then is it really okay? So maybe just something to think about. All right, we are going to move on to Gemini. See what's going up with Gemini. Hey there, Gemini Sun, Gemini Moon, Gemini Rising. How are you? I have missed everybody so much. I did a video real quick letting you know where I've been and what I've been doing, so you're welcome to check that out. At the beginning of this video, I did the astrology for the week. I hope you will check that out because this is a big, powerful week. We've got Saturn and Pluto moving direct. What does that mean to you? And the moon changing signs 4 times. And lots of squared off energy between what's going on in Capricorn and what's going on in Aries. And there's a lot happening in Aries. So check that part out. So let's get some overall energy for you for the week. Okay. I was a little stuck. Are you feeling a little stuck? I don't know why you would be feeling stuck. Wow. Holy cow. I want cards like this. So you have the Ace of Cups and the 10 of Pentacles. That is a different Ace of Cups though. Look at, I don't know. Let me see if I can get close enough. These cards are interesting. Can you see it's a waterfall of abundance? It's the flow of the abundance of the universe, which is really cool because the full moon that we're having on Thursday is called the Abundance Moon. And then you have the 10 of Pentacles, which is relationship and business and having it all. You know, it's the married couple walking into the protected castle. Very nice. Very nice energy. So the moon is going to be in Aquarius right at the beginning of the week and then quickly moves into Pisces. And so this is about taking those thoughts that you've been having and really feeling into the depths of your heart to find the resonance of what it is that you want to focus on. What do you need to take action on? And paying attention to your dreams, particularly Tuesday night into Wednesday when the moon is going to be in conjunction with Neptune and Pisces. So really this week is about identifying what your dreams are and then taking some steps toward them so that you can make your dreams a reality. And so part of that is shedding the old. Being willing to release with the energy of that full moon, being willing to release and let go of what is not working so that you can bring in this 10 of Cups, this 10 of Pentacles energy, you know, to have this beautiful emotional new beginning that has so much potential here. It says there's a change coming your way. Cultivate a sense of adventure so you will be able to see these new prospects. So, maybe you're not a big fan of change, but you are a mutable sign, and so I think more than others you can handle it. Although the change is being directed by what's going on up there in Capricorn, and that is uncomfortable energy for you. It's disciplined. Geminis don't like discipline. They want to, you know, run where they want to and do what they're thinking of, kind of like squirrel. But it's that curiosity, and honestly, with the North Node in your sign, it is about being curious. So I'm not saying that's a bad thing. I'm just saying that in order to create what you would like, there has to be disciplined, consistent action taken in order to create a foundation that will withstand the time. I mean, think about this. This is a castle. That castle, that took a lot of stones, right? It took a lot of foundational work. It took a lot of energy, bit by bit, stone by stone, building consistently in order to create the structure, right? They didn't just like conjure it up overnight. And so you have, for this Aries full moon, a new moon, right? But it's just a new start is coming. So it is the energy of releasing and whatever's holding you back so you can start moving forward, so you can have this new start, this Ace of Cups, to build something that is substantial, important, and long lasting, right? A castle, like look how long they last. But you have here, nothing is set in stone, which I find very interesting. That means you are definitely at the new beginning. It is like, okay, so there's a moat, right? Around this castle, there's a moat. But here, you know, you have the waterfall that's coming into the stream, and it's almost like you got to follow the stream down to find the place where you can build the moat so you can start laying the foundation. So you haven't picked yet where it is you're going to start building this castle that you've been dreaming about, this 10 of Pentacles that you want. And so this week is about making choices. It's about making decisions. It's about deciding. Like the overall energy for the collective was the 7 of Cups. And so that is the choosing the path. The doors are open. The opportunities are there. But you need to decide what you want to do with them. Let's get you some more information on that. I was so excited by that. I've been away a while. Oh my gosh. Wow, really? Okay, you get a lot. They just threw themselves out. Okay, so we have Loki. This reminds me of Geminis every day. It's play. Geminis are like, I'm doing this over here, but maybe I'm doing this over here, and the two won't know what they're doing, right? So you have that. You have Osiris, you have renewal, and you have flow. That is that Ace of Cups energy right there. So have fun. What is fun? Renew your sense of play. Renew your sense of curiosity. Nothing is set in stone. There is a change. There is something coming. What do you want to make it? How do you want to do it? What are you going to do with it? Wow. Loki's a little mischievous. And Loki, sometimes what he chooses to play with goes horribly wrong. So choose wisely from those 7 cups that you're actually getting what it is you want. You have the Raven, prepare for change. In case you didn't know, you have a new start coming, and you have the Ace of Cups, new beginning, and you have renewal or Cyrus being risen from the dead. I'll actually read that one to you because I'm curious to say exactly what it is that they're going to say word for word on that. So pay attention to your need for rejuvenation and renewal. Both physically and mentally, you are invited to experience the magic of hope. Nice. Really, really, really nice. And yeah, have some fun. Okay, so you have changes coming. You have the gray squirrel. That's so funny because I said squirrel. Find new ways of solving problems. So the creative problem solving, the independent, the cat, and the parrot. Oh, listen intently to understand. Okay, so when I say the parrot, sometimes the parrot is about gossip, but the way this is saying that, you know, you have a lot to say. I wasn't voted most talkative in my class for no reason. And when we do that much talking, we're not listening, right? And so we're not getting enough information. And right now, seeking the information, having enough information. So Gemini has a tendency to get a little information and think that they've got it covered. And you're going to be asked to go a little deeper with it, get a little bit more information, really listen intently so that when you choose the cup, you choose the cup that you want to. My goodness, they have so much to say to you. It's probably because the North Node is at 23 degrees. Okay, so the North Node is at 23 degrees of Gemini right now, which puts it in a really uncomfortable angle with Saturn, Pluto, and Jupiter right now, which means that there's this like irritation about making this change, and so you need more information. So you have Carnelian. Creativity flows through me in a myriad of ways. I courageously bring my ideas into actuality, activate the creative mind, finalize projects, realize unlimited potential, improve visualization skills, and stimulate to the courage to fulfill life purpose and potential. You have Jet. Jet is a very healing stone, and it says, I am always divinely protected, and I know I am safe. Release your anger, your anxiety, your jealousy, your frustration, and deflect the negative energy away. Practice meditation on a regular basis. Do journaling if you don't meditate. It's hard to concentrate sometimes. When I first started meditating, I found writing was much easier. I also find that hanging out in a saltwater bath is my favorite way to meditate. But anyway, I accept the impermanence of all things. In case you didn't know, change is coming. You have pre-night. Be willing to accept the changes that are coming. When you have copper, I'm a conduit. Say that 3 times fast. For goodness and prosperity, I receive inspiration and great wealth. I receive inspiration and great wealth. Listen to your higher self. Listen to what people are saying. Listen to, you don't want to get, maybe you'll hear something on a song. This is really about listening to spirit. I really want to encourage you to do some journaling this week, to channel in that information from your higher self, to really get it. There's paying attention to that, paying attention to the music you hear. Okay, you might hear something in songs, and also you might hear random things that people are talking about in a conversation that doesn't even involve you. So this is really about centering yourself in your awareness of being in the very present moment, because nothing is set in stone. If you want to know the right place to lay the cornerstone of the next phase of your life, to start building something that is long and strong, long lasting and strong, if you want to be in that situation, then really allowing yourself to hear the messages that Spirit's trying to bring you. Oh, there's something on the tip of my... I can't pull it in. So okay, I can't pull it in. It's really important. It's really important to listen intently. It's going to take concerted effort on your part to really get the messages from Spirit. Okay. Archangel Gabriel, communication, right? Angel of throat chakra, communication. Also will help with ear chakras and hearing. And an Archangel Metatron. Tapping into your third eye. Okay. All right. So that's it. All right. We're going to move on to Cancer. Cancer Sun, Cancer Moon, Cancer Rising. How are you? I have missed being here. I'm still getting into the flow of being back. So I really hope that you listened to the first part where it was the astrology for the week. There was a lot going on this week. We've got Saturn moving direct. We have Pluto moving direct. The moon's changing signs 4 times. We've got planets squaring off with each other. And so there's just a lot of change energy. Wow. All right. That's a lot. Cancer. All the stuff that's going on. Oh, okay. Wow. Okay, yes. All these. All right. So what's going on is up in Capricorn, right? We've got Saturn and Pluto going direct. They're in your 7th house of partnerships, and especially Cancer rising, okay? And you also have Jupiter there, who's already gone direct, right? So they're all starting to move forward, and that energy is creating change. It's in a square with a fellow initiating. So that's an initiating sign. You're an initiating sign, and Aries is an initiating sign. We got Mars in retrograde in Aries right now, and we have this full moon happening in opposition. If you have any planets between any big placements in Cancer, or in Libra, Cancer, Aries, or Capricorn, if you have anything that is between like 4 degrees and 15 degrees, any placements, those are really going to be kind of triggered this week for you. So, for instance, in my chart, I have Venus and Mercury that fall into that category. And so that's communication from the heart is going to be triggered, squaring off with opposing these energies. And so kind of can be tense that way. And so you have a book here. You have the Seven of Pentacles and you have the Seven of Cups. Well, the overall for the collective was the Seven of Cups energy. So the sevens are about assessing. The sevens are about assessing, but when you have the Pentacles and you have the Cups. So the Pentacles are about what has potential for growth. And the Seven of Cups is about what do I emotionally feel confident in and I'm choosing. And so it's choosing wisely from the opportunities, right? And so this is that heart resonance thing, which I kind of covered in the first part. So be sure to check that out. But it's really feeling into your heart, and Cancer, this is one of your superpowers and you can do this, right? So really feeling in. So maybe there's a situation where there hasn't seemed to be any growth, but maybe there is, because we have so much change going on here. And so we have this Four of Swords energy, and the Four of Swords and the Emperor. And so there's a situation that's been resting. And there's a control issue around it. The Emperor is always large and in charge and takes control of its world. And so so maybe you've been like me, right? I was resting because I couldn't do anything, and that energy from those eclipses were killing me. It probably was very difficult for you as well. I don't think I'm alone in that. And so there was that energy of needing that time out. And now it's about choosing what works for you. What do you want to do? And stepping into your power. Stepping into your power with authority, but being willing. You have the Page of Swords to learn. You have the Page of Swords. It's information coming in that you don't know everything. So be curious. What do you need to know more about? There's more information needed. There's more information needed. But I got to tell you, the outcome looks amazing. You have the Six of Wands. That's the victory card with the Ten of Cups. That is emotional fulfillment, victory, right? And so there is a situation where you still need more information. It's been resting. It's been on the shelf. Stand in your authority and be curious. Get the information you need so that you can make the wise decision. Just because you haven't seen any action doesn't mean that there's not been growth, right? So the bamboo tree, I just saw the bamboo tree. So the bamboo tree, you plant the bamboo tree, and for 5 years you keep watering and fertilizing, and you're like, is anything happening here? Asparagus is also the same way, right? You plant asparagus. Now asparagus only takes 2 years. Bamboo takes 5 years. Asparagus will start like growing like crazy, like a big old weed, and you're like, wow, that's moving fast, right? And bamboo will shoot up on that 5th year like 30 feet in the air. So there's a lot of growth happening, but it's below the surface where you can't see it. So just because you haven't seen movement, you haven't seen growth, doesn't mean it's not happening. It might be. But choose wisely, right? Don't be putting all of your emotional energy into a situation that doesn't work. So stand in your authority, stand in your power. Don't forget who you are, that you are very sovereign in your own power, in your own ability. Don't forget to be confident. Okay, so, you have number 44. So when that moon is in Pisces, this energy of focusing in on what actions you need to take, pay attention to your dreams, especially Tuesday night into Wednesday when the moon is in conjunction with Neptune and Pisces. That is a fellow water sign. That is in your 9th house. If you are Cancer rising, that's in your 9th house. And up there in your 9th house, that is about those messages from Spirit coming in. Plus, it's the dream energy of the nebulousness. But it's how to get more information, because this 9th house is higher learning, higher knowledge, directed by your higher self. And so this is some really interesting stuff that could be coming into you. And you have unexplained wonder. Magical blessings and miracles are occurring in your life. And all of your prayers are being answered now. There is something that you've been like, I don't think anything's happening there. Give it a little more time. Be curious. Get some information. Wow. That looks really good. That looks really super solid. Okay. So, the Emperor doesn't get more solid than the Emperor. Fours are stability. The Emperor is the most stable of all, right? That is stability coming in. It's also abundance. It is the mastery. It's the self-mastery of all the kings, right? So you have the King of Swords, the ability to analyze the situation and make good decisive action. You have the King of Wands, who's like this creator, this CEO, this person who can. Oh, they build businesses, but they do it by bringing and working with other people. They're charismatic and they're magnetic. You have the King of Cups, who is emotionally balanced. Who am I missing? I'm missing somebody. Pentacles. Talk about abundance, right? The King of Pentacles knows how to manifest. And so you have all of this energy of creating stability in all of the realms. But you need more information. You're not there yet. So, all right. So this new moon, this full moon that's happening in Aries, it is conjunct Chiron. And it is at the same degree that Uranus is over in Taurus. And so unexpected information coming to light, shining lights on the areas in your life that need to be healed. Okay, so the energy is meditation and contemplation. This is listening to your higher self and paying attention to your dreams, especially those dreams that are going on Tuesday night and Wednesday night as the moon is getting ready to shift into Aries. And then once you have that full moon, this is information. What does it say in your heart when you're making decisions about this moon? The full moon is called the abundance full moon. And this is powerful, but you have confidence and you have dedication. That is like that Seven of Pentacles energy. That is that watering and fertilizing forever. And then suddenly seeing the growth. Have confidence in the seeds that you have planted. Especially if you started something like 18 months ago when the moon was new in Aries. So that would have been like April of what, 2018? Year and a half ago? Yes. Or 19. 19. So what were you doing then? What were you thinking about? Because those are the kinds of things that could be coming in. It could be something that's more of a longer cycle though, because this energy that's happening right now, this cycle of energy. I mean, the last time Pluto and Saturn were hanging out together in Capricorn was what, 1284 or something like that. So there's a big cycle that's happening right now. So it could be something that took a little bit longer to develop. Who knows? Maybe it was something you did in a past life back then. It's now completing its cycle. And I say that and I laugh and I still think, well, that could be true. So who knows, right? Who knows? Okay, so when that moon moves into Taurus, there's a lot of explosive change energy happening. So step into your power. Step into your power and make the best educated choices. If you need more information, say so. Your boss asks you to do something, you don't know how to do it, you go, oh, I need to get a little more information on that, but I will be back to you with a solution. Be confident, even though you don't know, right? Not say, gosh, I don't know, I kind of think, whatever. No, I will have that information for you. I just need to do a little more research, right? That kind of energy. So, wow, you guys have so many cards. So you have the kangaroo, be a force for good. You have the deer, trust in the support of the universe. And you have the owl, listen to the messages of the angels. I don't know how to tell you, but you should really, really be expecting good things, listening to your higher self to bring your life into balance, working for the best and the highest good of all. What is actually for the best for everybody will end up really benefiting you. So take the high road. Self-forgiveness and forgiveness of others, I just heard. I don't see any cards here to say that, but you know what? When you learn how to forgive yourself, you can forgive everybody. Right? It's the truth. It's like, Oh, wait, we're all having this human experience and we all make mistakes. Okay. So your card, oh, you just have one. I'm excited. I receive messages all the time and follow my internal guidance. They are really hammering this home. Pay attention to your intuition. Pay attention. Meditate. Contemplate, listen to the angels, listen to your higher self, get the guidance you need, really trust the universe is working in your direction. You have lapis lazuli. Activate intuition, be a clear channel, access the Akashic Records. I'm a light worker. I will put her in the description box below. She can get you into your Akashic Records if it's not something that you already know how to do. Stay grounded, feel protected and safe, and promote clarity in dream time, your dreams. Pay attention to your dreams and ask for clear guidance before you go to sleep, and then write down what you remember as soon as you wake up. So that and then journal on it so that you can get the full message, okay? I receive messages all the time and follow my internal guidance system. Very, very nice energy. So, Cancer, this is a week to really utilize that superpower of your intuition and your ability to feel into your heart space, to know what's going on, to hear the messages. Connect in. Stand in your own personal authority and power. Looks really, really good. Okay, so we're going to move on to Leo. Hi there, Leo Sun, Leo Moon, Leo Rising. I'm going to timestamp this so that I don't forget. You have 1 hour and 1 minute and 11 seconds. What is happening with you, Leo Sun, Leo Moon, Leo Rising? That is pretty awesome energy. So, what's happening? We have Venus hanging out in your sign. She's getting ready to shift signs, and she has really been asking you to really seek what makes your heart resonate. What resonates in your heart for you? Like, what feels right? Like, really tapping into that. So, I did at the beginning of this put the astrology for the week. I really encourage you. There's so much happening this week to go ahead and check that part out. And it talks about, we've got Pluto moving direct, Saturn moving direct. We got Mars squaring off with everybody up there in Capricorn. We've got the moon changing directions changing sides. It doesn't change directions. That would be crazy, and I wouldn't want to be here. Can you imagine that? Like the tides, it'd be like sloshing around. It's like you jumping. It's like when they do the cannonball. No, it'd be more like jumping into a bathtub and the water goes. Oh yeah, no, we don't want the moon changing directions. It changes signs up 4 times this week. So there's a lot of interesting energy going on out there. So let's just see what your overall energy for the week is. I do want to encourage you, though, to check out. There's a lot of messages in it. Okay, so the overall for the collective for today, though, was the 7 of Cups for this week. And so it is about feeling into your heart space and making the best choice for you. The best choice. So you have options. Everybody has options this week. It's picking our paths. It's knowing which direction we want to go in. Holy cow. Okay, that one definitely wants to come. You have a lot of cards. Okay. Wow. Okay, so I'm talking about the bathtub sloshing around. That's emotional energy moving back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And you have Temperance. And Temperance says, hey, find your balance. Temperance says, hey, find your balance. It also says things are being brought together by the universe in a way that you are not. It's a different, it's alchemy, right? So it's the universe there's actually 3 different colors, right? The universe is pouring in a little bit of this, a little bit of that, a little bit of this, shaking it up and creating something new. So Temperance asks you to be patient. The universe is getting things ready for you. That's what that feels like. Oh, here you are, showing up for yourself, the Queen of Wands. Good job. You have the Six of Wands. You have victory. Another victory card. You have the Chariot moving on. So moving forward in a victorious manner. And you have the Justice card. It is Libra card. It is the Sun is in Libra. And so this moon in Aries is opposing the Sun. And so the light is going to be shown on something that brings the justice, that allows you to feel, to stand in your power, to feel victorious. And you really need to stay calm, because I have a feeling with some of these energies, even though victory is coming, justice is coming. And justice is not the same as being vindictive, right? Justice is the karmic balance of things coming into, the karma coming into balance, right? And so things playing out the way they're supposed to. Life doesn't happen to you, it happens for you. So change is coming. And it's been that way. 2020 was a big year of change, which is really funny because the numerology on it suggests that it would be a year of foundation and building a solid foundation. But apparently, in order to do that, we all had to tear down our foundations and start over and build from scratch. And so, yeah, you have resilience. So I think when that moon is in Pisces, really pay attention to your dreams on Tuesday into Wednesday, because the moon is going to be in conjunction with Neptune right around 19 degrees. So if you have any planets at 19 degrees, they're also going to feel that energy. So resilience, your ability to bounce back, your ability to find your balance, and justice is about finding balance, because I think that the victory comes for you if you can remain calm, be the eye in the storm, the calm eye in the storm that's swirling around. It feels like, honestly, what I see is like the Wizard of Oz, where that house is just whipping around, but in the side, it's very calm. You need to be the calm in your own storm in your life, and you are resilient and you will bounce back. And I don't really know what's going on here, but there is no need to push or rush. This is a time to take things as they come. You have the determination, Queen of Wands, and the patience, Temperance, to handle what is happening. So things are happening, but you have the victory cards, both of them. You have the Six of Wands and you have the Chariot. Those are cards of victory. So no matter what it seems like, it's going to work out. So we have that full moon happening in Aries. And so it is the full moon that is considered the moon of abundance. Yeah, I just heard. Okay, so I just heard be patient while we're building something for you. So yes, stay calm. Things are changing. What I saw was like that, like when you go into a store and they've blocked off. When you go in the mall, they've blocked off that store's coming, and pardon our dust while we prepare something spectacular for you. That's what we got going on here. Okay. Wow, nice. Okay, so stay calm. You and your loved ones are safe. You and your loved ones are safe with the energy of this moon. You have Loki. Loki says, find the fun, find the joy. It's a little mischievous, it's a little underhanded at times, but it's also about finding laughter in the middle of a crisis, right? Laughter is the best medicine. It's the best way to balance out your emotions. It's the best way to get things moving into a higher vibrational energy. And you have the Jade Emperor, okay? An Emperor card. These don't come with numbers, but the Emperor card is a 4 card, and that is a foundation. That is a solid foundation card. It says here, organization. Streamlining, reordering, decluttering will clear the way to a flow of natural, effortless action. If you have not taken the time to remove unnecessary things from your life, wow. Things that no longer serve. I'm going to use that because they were talking about relationships. They were talking about actual physical clutter, maybe a job or Oh, okay. Decluttering at a job could mean something as simple as clearing off your desk, but it could also mean something like clearing that task out of my to-do list, as in, delegating, getting someone else to help you out with it, streamlining the process. So this energy, okay, that's why I was like, why are we talking about your career so much? We are, okay, so by the time we wind up the week in Taurus, this is your work. So this could definitely be going on in your work life here. So we have here, act with fortitude and cooperation, the sheep. And so then this is where you find the balance, is by acting in cooperation with others. So this feels very much, I get this energy of really, that this really has way more to do with work than anything else. Even though Venus is in your sign. Now, Venus is about money and love, right? And she's moving into, on Thursday, Saturday, Friday. Pick a day. On Friday, she moves into Virgo. And when she's in Virgo, that is organizing things, and it is definitely about bringing in balance, and it is about, so the ideas and the effort and energy that you were doing, following your heart space with, over the course of the last few weeks. I think she's been there like 6. Now allowing that energy to go into that organizational Jade Emperor energy, of that Virgo energy, of finding the balance, of finding a system that works, of creating what allows you to feel balanced, like to get that bathtub to stop doing it sloshing around, because it's not doing, exactly what you want. Let's get you a crystal card I nearly forgot. That's how that goes. Oh, I just saw 111. All right, here you go. Oh, you have Jet. Interesting. Release anger, anxiety, jealousy, frustration, deflect negative energy, practice meditation on a regular basis, invoke divine protection, improve ability to quiet the mind, be the calm in the eye of the storm, right? Be that space. Find the way to cooperate to get through it. It says, I am always divinely protected. I know I am safe. This feels very much about money. Okay, so it feels about finances in some way. It could be your career sector. We also run through the 8th house, which is other people's money. So, maybe somebody owes you money, or you're negotiating salary, or it's got that kind of negotiating payment energy. And payment could be benefits. It could be, I need help over here. This is too much on my workload. But you're going to figure it out, because you had the 6 of Wands and you had the Chariot card. This is moving forward in a very, very victorious way. But it is you standing in your superpower of who you are, knowing who you are and what you're worth. What is your value? What do you bring to the table? It's going to be very important this week. Okay, let's go on and take a look at what we can find out for Virgo. Hey there, Virgo. Sun, moon, rising. It's so lovely to see you. I missed you guys. I really hope you'll take time to check out at the beginning where I did the astrology for the week, because there was a lot of information in there. We have Saturn and Jupiter moving. No, Saturn and Pluto moving direct. Jupiter's already direct. We've got Mars still in retrograde up in his home sign of Aries, squaring off with those planets that are going direct. So he's really unhappy right now. So there's a real potential for some explosive energy this week. So check it out and see what applies to you, what resonates for you. The overall energy for the collective was the 7 of Cups. So it's this energy this week of really needing to choose wisely. To choose wisely. And that 7 energy is very divinely guided, like feeling into your heart space. And I really want to reiterate that, because you have another 7 that showed up for your personal overall energy, which is the 7 of Pentacles. And the 7 of Pentacles is evaluating. It is waiting patiently for something to grow, but maybe it's not, and so maybe it's time to prune, to remove, to let it go. And I think that this is for you. Like, it's not always like this, but it comes in combination with this Knight of Swords. And the Knight of Swords is like, I'm cutting that out. And so I'm sword of truth, right? I'm getting rid of that. And so the question becomes, if you remove everything, if you cut something out because you think it's not growing, it's not doing anything, but maybe it is. Maybe it isn't. So choosing wisely. Do you cut that back? Or if you wait just a couple more weeks when Mars is direct, will that make a difference? So all those planets up in Capricorn are in trine energy with you, which means it's very supportive energy. So disciplined, consistent action should provide growth for you. So that moon in Pisces at the beginning of the week really encourages you to think about, to really pay attention to your dreams, to take the things that you've been thinking about and figure out which dreams are important. That's Seven of Cups energy. And by the end of the week, it wraps up with making those dreams into reality, taking an action step in that direction when the moon gets into Taurus. And so for you, all this stuff is going on in your 6th house of work-life balance, your 7th house of partnerships, your 8th house of transformation, and your 9th house if I need more information, long-distance travel, higher education, connection to spirit. And so really kind of figuring out maybe you need to cut something out in order to bring the balance into your life, right? Maybe you need to change your diet, or we've been doing a lot of Netflix. Maybe we need to watch a little less Netflix and go for a few more walks, So what do you need to do to change to bring something into your life that's going to create the kind of changes that you would like? You have looking at the underbelly and conveying your meaning. Looking at the underbelly. So looking at the underbelly is really, that's a kind of a deep dive before you decide to cut something out. Be sure that you are using your time in the best possible manner. You might consider taking time to organize yourself and organize yourself, really, Virgo, and perhaps a project that you are working on could use some fine tuning. So there might be what works, what doesn't work, what can I eliminate so I can bring what can I cut out so I can bring things into a better balance. I do want to caution you, Knight of Swords can sometimes be really harsh critical words coming out of our mouth. And there is a lot of really explosive energy this week. Lots of tension and the release point. And so do you have convey your meaning? And so I really want to encourage you to check your use of words and your tone. And what do you want to actually convey that's going to make the changes you would like, instead of having a big tower moment where the changes are made in a way you would not prefer? So you have reflect on the way you communicate with others. That is that Knight of Swords energy all over the place. Reflect on the way you communicate with others and with yourself. Okay, negative self-talk is not allowed. Virgo is so, as hard as everybody thinks they are on everyone else, they are 6 times harder on themselves. And so for just 1 week, try this. You're not allowed to say anything negative about yourself, right? So you're not allowed to say, I didn't do that right. You could say, oh, I learned that's not the way to do that. One thing is a criticism. The other thing is a growth experience. Find a way this week. Really focus on how can you turn around the way you are communicating to yourself and to others in a way that is encouraging, that is promoting growth, that is energetically at a higher vibrational energy level, right? And so be sure to express your thoughts and feelings from your heart with respect and sincerity. Let's go with the dishwasher. I don't know why, I just saw that. So the dishwasher, right? I know a lot of fights in houses take place over the dishwasher. I used to get annoyed because my son wouldn't load the dishwasher, and he would say, well, I don't want to load it wrong. And I would say, oh, load it however you want, because I'd rather have them in there, and then I go in like it's a puzzle and redo it than have them piled up in the sink, right? So, so what I said to him was, it's okay. I mean, it's really hard to mess this up. So just put them in the best way you can, and then if I go in and change things, don't take that as a personal comment on you. Take it as in, I'm trying to reconfigure things because I want to stuff a couple more things in before I run the water. That's all. And he's like, oh, I thought you didn't think I did it right. I said, no, I'm just always trying to squeeze in more stuff. This is always what I'm trying to do. I want to run it once and not pay for the water bill, so many times. So that's all. And so it was a communication thing where he thought I was being critical because I would rearrange the stuff. No, I'm critical. However, if you leave the dirty dishes in the sink and I can't get to the water, that's annoying. Just saying. So find a way to communicate what it is that you really want to communicate. If what you want is the dishwasher loaded in a certain way, maybe understand that everybody has your visual spatial and they may not be able to see your vision. And maybe go, okay, well, they're learning, and I'm learning patience. Right? However that works. Okay, so we have the full moon happening in Aries on October 1st at 9 degrees of Aries. It's in conjunction with Chiron. It is going to shine a light on things that we just are uncomfortable with. And if you are a Virgo rising, this is in your second house of self-worth, self-esteem, self-value. So this need to not be critical of yourself is going to have a real light shown on it. So really this week, try to find the positive way to speak to yourself and to others, which will allow you to be in the flow. You have this abundance full moon. So allow yourself to get into this flow. We have a time for healing. A new romantic cycle begins. And don't let pride get in your way. What? That sounds nice. Okay, time for healing. So this could be healing of a current relationship. This could be healing of you. This could be healing your self-esteem, your self-worth, your self-value. Don't let pride get in your way. So for a number of you, this is going to be about reconnecting. Not necessarily with a past love, but maybe the current person. Like allowing the conversation to be had. Say what you really want to say in a way that is positive and affirming and is building. That is building to the relationship. Because you have a new romantic cycle beginning. New moon in Libra. Ooh, that's coming right up, right? 2 weeks. So if you'd like this new romantic cycle to be one in which you have an improved relationship, then choose your words for that. If you want this new romantic cycle to be where it says, oh no, that's it, I'm done, I'm out of here, then I don't know, say whatever you want, right? The choice is yours. Choose wisely from the cups that are on offer. A new romantic cycle, it doesn't say a good one, it doesn't say a bad one. Things are always changing. So plant your seeds of intention in a couple weeks for the romantic cycle you want. You can start it by doing the healing, doing the mending now. If you are not currently in a relationship and you're like, well, what is that? Then I would say this is about you healing yourself, not letting your pride get in the way and stepping back and taking a higher view and saying, okay, so that relationship didn't work. Why didn't it work? Not in a self-critical way, but in a very, analytical, organized way, and go, wow, okay, wait, maybe if I would have done this a little more, or maybe, I need to look for this, or what did I learn? Whenever any kind of a situation doesn't go as planned, and actually even when they do, it is really good to take a step back and go, what have I learned? Because I had this conversation with my sister once. And she said, not everything in life is a lesson. That's exactly how she said it. And I said, yes, it is. You learn what works and what doesn't work. So taking a really good look at your life right now and figuring out what works and what doesn't work, so that you can heal yourself, possibly heal a relationship, but definitely heal yourself. And don't let your pride get in the way. You know, we can't be right all the time, as much as we want to. I have a very Virgo dominant, chart. There's a lot of activity in my Virgo, and so it was really hard to learn to be okay with not being right all the time. So take a step back. Find a new way to solve problems. You have the gray squirrel. Finding new ways of problem solving. Finding new ways to bring the joy and the pleasure and the balance back into your life. To allow for the healing. To allow these things to happen. Change is happening. We all have the opportunity right now. Because really, that Seven of Cups being the overall energy means that we all right now are making choices and decisions that are going to guide what happens next. We have free will. Like, the ground is fertile, and we are going to manifest whatever seeds of intention we planted this time. And so it would be really good to plant the seeds that you really want to cultivate, right? So you have a blue tiger's eye. This is not the first time I've seen this today. I forget who else had it. I feel like it was Taurus, but I'm not sure. It is easy for me to see beyond the obvious. I am focused on my own sacred path. Could have been Gemini. Calm, mental chatter, clear confusion. It was Gemini, because they also had the squirrel. So if you have a Gemini strong in your chart, or you're dealing with a Gemini, calm, mental chatter, and clear confusion. Take steps to gain a new perspective on life. Increase emotional balance. Allow yourself to heal. Allow the situation to heal. Even if it's a past situation, you know. Okay, so say you're in a relationship that has ended. You're not in it. Well, you're still in it because you won't let go of it. And you're still upset about it. That's what it feels. I feel this energy of being upset about something. So whether it's a current relationship or a past relationship, try this. Try sitting down and writing, I unconditionally forgive myself and others. I unconditionally forgive myself and others. I am creating for myself a life that is balanced and filled with joy. I am creating for myself a life that is balanced and filled with joy, and I unconditionally forgive myself and others. And I would recommend that you write that multiple times, multiple days. I just see you sitting there journaling. When you do that, you're really connecting to your higher self. The I am statements are activation. It totally changes the way your DNA responds. It dramatically alters and changes your life into the direction you want to go. So take control of your life by willing to give up control of your life. Oh, really? Wow. Take control of your life by being willing to give up control of your life and allow yourself to be in flow with spirit. Holy cow. I can feel your stress at that statement. Wow. Okay, we're going to move on. Good luck with all that, Virgo. All right. Hello there, Libra. How you doing? Oh, I haven't been asking anybody. Please hit the thumbs up button. Holy cow. It's been a while since I've been on here. So this is for Libra Sun, Libra Moon, Libra Rising. I really, really want to encourage you to please check out the astrology. At the beginning, there was a lot of information in there that I'm not going to go over again. But I will tell you that we have a lot happening. We do have Saturn and Pluto going direct. We have the moon changing signs 4 times. We've got Venus moving from Leo into Virgo. We've got energies squaring off with each other. There's a lot happening. And so I really encourage you to check that out. So the overall energy for the collective was the 7 of Cups, which is that there are options. You have opportunities. What is the word I want? You have options. Yeah, you have options. And so feeling into it. Cups is emotional. Feeling into it to select the one that is correct for you. Choose wisely from the opportunities that you have. And you have the High Priestess for your personal overall energy, which is about definitely following your intuition. So what feels right? This isn't about logic this week. This is about what feels right. What feels right. So focus on that. Take action in that direction. Pay attention to your dreams, particularly Tuesday night into Wednesday when the moon in Pisces is in conjunction with Neptune. I really recommend this whole week though, and the veil is thinning, and just really encourage you to take the time to set your intention before you go to sleep to get information and guidance. Put a notepad by your bed. Some people do it on their phone. I like to write, but you have to turn on the light for that, so whatever works. But when you wake up from a dream, write down what you remember. And then you can do the spiritual meaning of online to get the information, to figure out what the messages were. There are messages coming to you. Now, they'll be coming in dream time for sure. They'll also be coming through music I just heard and billboards. Okay, pay attention to the signs you see on the road. Pay attention to your heart. When you see, hear, or anything. Okay, so, really? Okay, so I was driving down the road, a little irritated. That I'm not going to explain why, but I was going to a place of business and I was a little annoyed with them. And I was like trying to work out in my head how I could say what I needed to say in a way that would not, create more problems for me. But I was really irritated. And this dove flew across the road, turned around and flew back by, and I barely missed hitting it. And I was like, oh, that's a piece, got it. I don't need to kill a bird to get that message. So pay attention to the details and the notes that you're getting. You have to take note. Your answers are being given to you. Quiet external voices. Excess noise will give you the chance to hear. Quieting the external voices and excessive noise will give you the chance to hear what is being offered. I really want to encourage you to journal. You are an air sign. Writing is channeling. Writing is channeling your higher self. When you start writing what you're trying to sort out in your head, you start writing about it, and you just write whatever you're thinking. Don't have a plan, just start writing, and then when you start writing about it, and as you're flowing along, all of a sudden answers start coming to you. It's your higher self. It's the easiest way to communicate with your higher self. And then you have back on task. Make sure you're using your time in the best possible manner. You might consider reviewing your goals, your schedule, or a project you've been working on. All could use some fine-tuning. Libra. It's your birthday month, by the way. Happy birthday. So have you been out there having fun and you're like, oh, I'm going to get back to business? You just came out of Virgo, which was your 12th house of hopes, goals, dreams, wishes. Maybe you've been a little scattered. Well, it's time to bring it back in and focus. It's on the first house of you. And what do you need to do to move yourself forward? So really focus on that and use this energy to really propel yourself forward. I hope that you are having some fun. You deserve it, right? You deserve it. So this full moon is happening in your 7th house, especially if you're a Libra rising. So this is in your house of partnership and relationships, and of course there's all this need to balance out your energies and everything. So following your intuition to really get the guidance that you need for what direction you're going in, super important. Super important. Am I a Libra or Virgo? I didn't write down any of the times. I'm going to have to go back and check that out. Okay, so, nice. All right, sorry for that squirrel moment. I'm just getting back in the flow of doing this. Okay, so. Okay, here we go. Full moon. You have a personal issue reaches resolution. Okay, your sun is opposing something. It really helps to know your chart. So let's just say let's say, for instance, you are a Sagittarius rising. So then this full moon would be happening, in your 5th house of fun and romance. So it would still be about relationships, okay? Say you're a Pisces rising. Then this full moon is happening in your 2nd house of what you value, self-esteem, self-worth, whatever, right? So wherever Aries is in your chart, something is definitely being illuminated that is reaching a conclusion based on whatever part of the chart it is in. I guarantee you don't need to know what your rising sign is, though, to know which area of your life that you've been thinking about that's been feeling this change coming. The change is coming, and there's no way you are going to be caught off guard by where the change is happening. So this is the full moon of abundance. So what releasing, being willing to let go of what's not working in order to bring in the abundance is okay. Life's happening for you. It is not happening to you. Wow, look at this. So beautiful. All right, so you have beauty. Well, why not? Venus rules your sign. I'm actually going to look and see what that says, because I want to say look for the beauty in your life and look for the beauty in yourself. It says look at the beauty around you, get outside, reconnect with the healing power of nature. You have the Achilles and you have Zeus. This is confidence and leadership, and why not? The sun is shining on you right now. Step into your personal power. Go for what you want. Figure out what you want by using your intuition. Get back to work on it. Right? It says back on task. Oh, we got Saturn moving direct. That's why. Saturn's moving direct, and Saturn squares Libra. Saturn doesn't. Capricorn squares Libra. And so there's that tension's going to start building up again. And structured. So Capricorn, Capricorn, but Saturn is all about consistent, dedicated work. So yeah, get back on task, right? All right, so you have, for that moon in Taurus energy, stay in balance this week. There's going to be some feisty energy out there. That's all I'm going to say. It's kind of raucous, and so staying centered, staying confident in who you are, staying focused on what it is you're doing, stay in your own lane, basically, okay? So you have be disciplined in your home and community life. Be back on task. Be disciplined in your home and maintain self-worth and self-esteem, confidence, and leadership, okay? So focus on you and what you can do for you and where it is it's going to take you to move forward. You can do this. You got this. So, wow, let's get you a crystal card. Listening to your intuition. Staying in your lane. They just said it again. Okay, so you have Chrysocolla. My body and my mind are in balance. I am healthy. Libra, balance. Okay, reduce inflammation. So how do you reduce inflammation? The Chrysocolla will help, but you reduce inflammation by drinking plenty of fluids, cutting back on the salty foods, cutting back on corn-based products, and increasing your fats from your healthy fats from like coconut oil, olive oil, fish oil. More of the omega-3s and less of the omega-6s. Okay, corn oil is just stuffed with it, and corn is ubiquitous. It is in everything. That just about this process. So staying closer to do some cooking. I laugh because it's kind of like a job in itself, but do what you can, okay? So my body and my mind are in balance. I am healthy, and when I say cooking, I don't mean, my one friend will know who I'm talking to. I don't mean those healthy choice microwavable dinners. They're not that healthy. They're convenient, not that healthy. All right, so we are going to, and I'm going to timestamp, move on, but happy birthday to you, Libra. I really hope that your year ahead is amazing. Amazing. I look forward to seeing you soon. Okay, so we are going to move on now to Scorpio. Scorpio Sun, Scorpio Moon, Scorpio Rising. I did at the beginning, please check out the astrology portion. There's a lot happening, and I really didn't want to go through it so many times. So that's why I'm doing it that way. The astrology, though, is really intense. We've got 2 planets, big dudes. We got Saturn and Pluto, structure and transformation going direct. And they're going to really ask you to take a look at the situations in your life that you know. I have no doubt you know whatever it is that needs change and transformation. And first off, I think everybody knows, but I don't know how it would be possible for Scorpio to not be aware of what needs to be transformed in their life. This is what you come here to do, is to transform your life and to show the rest of us it can be done no matter how hard it is. It's tough work, and I find Scorpios to be very brave souls who are coming in and doing this work. So there's that. So the sun is in Libra. That's your 12th house. Dreams, hopes, goals. You are spending a lot of time probably right now thinking about where it is you want to go, what is it you want to do, what's the next steps in your life. There's a lot of contemplation energy around this. And this week we have, on Wednesday, we have the moon in conjunction with Neptune, which rules the 12th house. And so really paying attention to your dreams this week will be very beneficial. I suggest setting an intention before you go to sleep at night to get messages in your dream. The veil is thin. The messages are likely to come in, so make sure that you write down in the morning when you wake up anything you can remember. You can go online and search out dream meaning of whatever. You know. So, for instance, last night I had this lovely dream. I know exactly what it was about, but there was a part of it where, like, my pants were wrinkled and I was wearing dress pants with a sweatshirt and I was going to a formal event. I mean, whoa, I was not dressed appropriately. That actually has meaning. I know what that was, what was in regards to, but, you know, it's like when I look, you know, I didn't have to look up. But had I looked up, you know, wrinkled clothing or inappropriate dress, whatever, it means that you don't feel like you're projecting out the image that is necessary in a situation, and I know what situation that was. So it did help me to resolve a question I had going to bed. So there you go. Messages come in your dreams. The veil is super thin right now, and so it's going to get thinner and thinner as we move towards your sign. And so asking for the guidance from your ancestors, from your spirit guides. It's a good time to do that. All right, so the overall energy for the collective is the 7 of Cups. This is choosing wisely from the cups, the opportunities, the emotional things in front of you so that you pick something that is emotionally satisfying and you don't end up picking... Really? Oh. So weird. Okay. They never come out from the middle of the deck like that. That is very odd, and I'm curious to see what we got going on here. Whoa. Okay. Whoa, Scorpio. Big time of transformation for you moving into your season. Whoa. All right. So you're being supported by a lot of what's going on over there in Capricorn. That's supportive energy. But the energy of Aries, the action energy of Mars in retrograde is slowing things down, and it's at an uncomfortable angle for you. And so I feel like it might be that you need to make a decision. So, or you've delayed making a decision that you knew you should make. So the cards that came out of the center of the deck, and they feel like an explanation to everything else. So we're going to go with that first. You have the High Priestess. The High Priestess is about following your intuition, right? And you have the Page of Wands. This is information coming to you. And so it came with the Ten of Swords. Look at that Ten of Swords. Oh, this is a bloody ending. But the swords are not sticking in this dragon that's bleeding out. They're laying there. And so I feel like the transformation probably already happened. Like the death of whatever needs to be transformed has already happened. Like, I don't know how many people know. Because it was in the center of the deck. It was like it was hidden. It's like information that's hidden that other people don't know. That there is a major ending. And the swords have already been pulled out. Which means the healing process has already started. And that we have the High Priestess here with the Page. So either this is an ending that you don't know about yet, and someone's already healing and they haven't told you yet, and you're going to need to figure it out by using your intuition. Or somebody is communicating with you in the astral realm, bringing you information. Or you need to use your intuition as to when to let people know that this is ended. So let's say, for instance, okay. All right. So the areas that are highlighted for you right now, we've got the 4th house, which is house and home, nurturing mother, 5th house, fun romance, 6th house, work-life balance, and the 7th house of partnerships and relationships. So based on that, we're going to go with the scenario. Say, for instance, you have broken up, but you haven't told anybody. Maybe because of COVID, you guys are still living together, but you are not together anymore. And you just didn't see the point in telling everybody because you just didn't want to deal with everybody's energy and, whatever, while you guys were like working things out. Like the least amount of people that know, the less influences of other people. We're going to sort this thing out, and then we will know when to tell people. It was in the center of the deck. It's so hidden. It's so Scorpio. So what we have here is we have the Knight of Swords. And the Knight of Swords is information coming to you quickly. This is also cutting things out that no longer serve you. It can be, it's not in the reverse, but it can be a rapid exchange of messages, not always the nicest ones. But what came with that, though, was strength and the Knight of Pentacles. And strength says you have the strength to handle the situation. And the Knight of Pentacles say that, slow and steady wins the race. Taking your time is okay. You don't have to be in a hurry to reveal this information. That's not necessary. You take your time. You do what you need to do. And you'll know when to disseminate the information. Maybe you've made the decision to leave a job, okay? Because that could affect your home and your relationship and partnerships. And you're getting all your little ducks in a row before you go in and give your notice. It could be something like that too. There is something that is definitely, it is ended. The bloody battle is over. The decision-making process feels like it is already done. Wow. Okay, so Moon in the fellow water sign of Pisces, when Saturn goes direct, and so really using your intuition to help guide you through what is the next disciplined step to take as you start moving things forward. Okay, so you have shared inspiration. Throw yourself into a new project. Be willing to let go of the time constraints and rules, and really be aware of whatever fulfills your heart. Yeah. Make the choices that are good for you. Take the action and move in the direction in which your heart's speaking. At 7 of Cups, choose wisely. Choose the cup that fills you up, not the ones that drain you, right? Some people are very energetically draining. Some situations are energetically draining. So choose joy. Choose happiness, right? Transform your life and show the rest of us how it's done. This full moon that's happening in Aries is happening in your 6th house of work-life balance. And so this is the full moon of abundance. So the energy of releasing and letting go. Now, that moon is happening in conjunction with Chiron in Aries. And so light is being shown on the wounds and the areas of our life that need to be healed. But in the process of letting go, taking that Knight of Swords energy and cutting out what doesn't work, having the strength to stand in your power and to move forward allows the healing to come in, and that brings the abundance in. So you have here, wow, yeah, it's an end of a situation. We have nothing will come of the situation. And then you have a time for healing. So whatever is happening, whatever decision is made, it's not ready to be shared with the world because you need to heal. Because you need to feel confident again. Feel strong again. And it's going to take, when we have the Knight of Pentacles, man, that dude moves slowly. It is going to take some time. So let's say it's a relationship. The average rule of thumb, I should say the rule of thumb, not the average. The rule of thumb as far as getting through a relationship is 1 month per year of a relationship. So if you've been in a relationship, for 20 years, it's going to take almost 2 years before you're going to really feel good about this, right? 20 months. So allow yourself the time to heal. Of the Kingfisher, be patient, be focused. When that moon moves into Taurus, that is your 7th house, especially if you're Scorpio rising, that is your 7th house partnership. Patient, be focused. We have a lot of cards about focus. It starts out the week with focus, and now you're ending with focus. And so yes, be patient, be focused. Be focused on the healing, be focused on what you want. Be willing to let it come to you. The Kingfishers, oh gosh. So there was 2 winters ago when it was pretty mild, right? It was pretty mild until it wasn't when it got to February. But I remember in January it was really mild out, like ground was showing, and I live in Michigan and there was like no snow on the ground, and I was out walking back in the woods on the trails along the river, and there was a Kingfisher. Now they will stay around as long as there's open water, and he was sitting there huddled up on the tree waiting for the fish to come to him, waiting patiently. He would know when it was to strike. And the water wasn't completely open. It was open there, but, so he would have limited time to make sure he struck when he needed to. Okay, I don't know why I did that. I grabbed the wrong deck, but you got the Hermit. You have the Ace of Cups. You have the World and the Nine of Swords. Yeah, okay. Reiteration. Take the time to heal. Be off by yourself. There is an ending, and it was one that required a lot of keeping you up at nights, a lot of anxiety. But what comes next is the Ace of Cups, the new emotional beginning, the one that, so you'll know. But you take care of you right now. All right. Now let's get you the card I was trying to get you. Okay. You have, oh, I love this card. I'm always in the right place at the right time with the right people. Turquoise. It is my favorite one in the whole deck. I'm always in the right place at the right time with the right people. Be patient. You'll know, right? Be focused. Improve timing. Increase the occurrence of synchronistic opportunities. Be inspired with creative ideas. Develop understanding of various cultures and spiritual philosophies. So, yes, Hermit. Look for the light within. Do the healing. Pay attention to your intuition so you know when, right? You have the High Priestess, when to move, when to make the next move. And know that you're always in the right time, in the right place with the right people. So if you're paying attention to that, you'll know when to speak up and say, okay, now's the time. And don't hesitate at that point, right? Don't be afraid to speak up when that happens. Okay, so moving on. So good luck with all that. All right, so we are at Sagittarius. Let's see what's going on there. All right, Sagittarius Sun, Sagittarius Moon, Sagittarius Rising. I am happy to be back. Please check out. Oh, first, hit the thumbs up. I keep forgetting to ask. Hit the thumbs up. Leave me a comment. Tell me what you've been going. What have you been doing while I've been doing all my healing work? What have you been doing? I know what happened in that last reading. I pulled. Okay, so I must not have needed it. So instead of pulling the one from the one deck, I pulled from the other deck, but they must have needed it, so it doesn't matter. Okay, so and I know, Cherokee, you're like, but I want to know. I want to know what I would have gotten, because she's got Sagittarius and Scorpio, so... Alright, I'll pull. The rest of the Scorpios are going to be mad if they don't know about this. I know you, girl. I don't want to hear about it later. Okay, so yes, you have renewal and abundance. That's exactly what the other card said. Exactly what the other card said. Have hope for the future. Abundance will flow to you, right? That was the Hermit. And the World card, the ending, right? The renewal, the healing, and then the Ace of Cups. Right? Same stuff. Alright, Sagittarius. I did an astrology at the beginning. Please check that out. Please check that out because it's a lot. It is a lot. We've got Saturn going direct. We've got Pluto going direct. This is disciplined action required, and transformation is going to happen. Do you want to have some control over that situation, or are you just going to sit back and let that tower moment happen in your life, right? So it's about that. We've got Venus moving from Leo, which is a very comfortable, supportive energy for you, into Virgo, which is less comfortable and supportive energy for you. But it's about taking that self-confidence, that self-awareness of I deserve better energy that we had when Venus was in Leo, into Virgo, where it says, and now I'm going to create the structures. And that energy is well supported by what's going on with Capricorn. So what do I need to do to create those structures? And this is actually in your house of higher learning, of connection to spirit, of travel. And so that is energy of really focusing in on, what's important to you, and how do you go about transforming your life through gaining information and knowledge, and connection with your higher self and spirit. So, maybe, and with the North Node in Gemini, the South Node is in your sign, right? And so at 23 degrees, which is the same degree point where Pluto is right now, I think it's at like 22, and Saturn's at 25. There's a lot of supportive energy about what can you let go of and to transform the structures of your life in order to bring in what you really want to bring in. And so I really recommend a little time in meditation and contemplation for yourself. The overall energy for the collective was the Seven of Cups, and that is this energy of choosing wisely from the opportunities at hand, but choosing with your heart, right? Choosing with your heart. And speaking of, oh my God, of choosing with your heart, you have the Page of Cups and the King of Cups. Now, the Page of Cups is messages coming in, information coming in from the heart. The King of Cups is very emotionally balanced, but these feel like two different energies, and I feel like one is very emotional balanced, know what they want. The other one is more of an immature energy, and I don't mean like an immature person, but like they still have stuff to learn about how to be emotionally balanced, which could mean a number of things. Maybe they had problems. Problems not the right word. Maybe they didn't feel nurtured enough as a child, and so it's really hard for them to love themselves enough to become the King of Cups, that kind of thing. So the other thing could definitely be, though, that you are getting a message of love from a King of Cups who is emotionally mature and balanced. So that's going to be different for all of you. Well, not all of you, because this could also be, this could be no, this feels like it's going to be around the home. This is going to be around fun, romance, something that brings joy and happiness, something of value, though. This definitely feels like something of value And it's about really important to find the balance, staying balanced. Oh my gosh, look at all these cards. Okay. Okay. All right. So change is afoot for everybody. This looks really good. You have enjoying the journey. Change of direction with ease. So things are going to change. This is a time for change, shape shifting, or your soul's evolution. This is a time to reconsider, you know, what you're wanting. That's that Seven of Cups energy. You may be in for a surprise. Enjoy the journey, stay present and flexible. Many changes are going on for you and around you. You're a mutable sign. That's a superpower for you. These changes are not only good, but they're necessary. Bring your awareness to the new rather than focusing on the past. Focus on the future and don't focus too far in the future. So stay really present in the moment. We have setting up parameters. That is that Saturn moving direct energy of setting up safe, healthy boundaries for yourself. Assess your relationships and determine how they are aligned with your goals. Setting boundaries requires an honest evaluation of your present relationships. I'm going to read that again because we have this two different energy levels about emotions, the Page of Cups and the King of Cups. And this one says, assess your relationships and determine how they align with your goals. Setting boundaries requires an honest evaluation of your present relationships. So they're asking you to stay in the present, not in the past, not in the future. So maybe it seemed really great in the past and you were hoping for something really amazing in the future, but you aren't in the future and you aren't in the past. You're right here. And is it amazing right now? And is it emotionally on the same level? Be clear in your assessment of the situation. Be willing to look at it from a higher perspective. Step back from it, like the King of Cups would do, right? The King of Cups would step back and say, I'm staying emotionally balanced and assessing this situation, and be willing to do that for yourself. Give yourself that gift. All right, so that full moon is going to happen on October 1st. It is the first of two full moons this month. October 1st. It is happening in Aries. That is, fun and romance. That is very supportive energy, whether you're a Sagittarius rising or, moon, sun, that's still very supportive energy. And it's going to shine a light on what areas of your life need to be healed because it's happening in conjunction with Chiron and in opposition to the sun in Libra, which is all about relationship and balance. And so seems like a very imbalanced situation. And you have balance, Vishnu. Okay. So this is about balancing and, the energy is gaining momentum. So it could be that the Page of Cups is growing into the King of Cups, just not there right now. So stay present to what is happening right now. Allow for the growth, but don't be present to where they are right now, right? They may not be there yet. And so don't give them credit if they haven't earned it. Right? This is the moon of abundance. So this is about releasing what needs to be released, what needs to heal in order to allow room for abundance to grow in. So allowing for the Page to grow into the King, yes. Paying attention to see whether or not it actually happens, that's a hard yes. Right? Stay in the present. Okay. So, Moon and Taurus. Moon and Taurus energy. There's a lot of explosive energy this week. Emotions are going to be really tested. Things are going to be tested. Tower moments could happen. And so when the moon gets into Taurus, it's going to be running into Uranus, who likes to make change. And so this energy could probably have a flashpoint and create change. So trying to stay calm, staying centered, staying balanced would be really good. You have the Turtle, be trusting and joyful. And so I want to encourage you to remember, life does not happen to you, it happens for you. If something comes along and changes and you weren't like, that wasn't what I wanted, Seek to find the gift in it. Seek to find the lessons. Whether something good or bad happens, you should always look for the lesson in it. Things either work or they don't work, right? That's what we learn. Wow, look at that. Did you see those come flying out? Rhododendite and pyrite. Nice. So the pyrite says, my confidence is rock solid and I take positive action to manifest my goals. My mental and emotional bodies are balanced. I attract nurturing people. Balanced. The nurturing people. You want the King of Cups. The Page of Cups is fun, but it's not sustainable. It is not in for the long haul. You want the King of Cups. Release heartache and grief and sorrows of past relationships. Encourage lightheartedness and joy. Restore the balance of confidence and emotions. Maintain an organized approach to life. Manifest goals with ease. So that's a lot of Saturn work right there. Experience a solid foundation. Be grounded and focused. And realize your financial freedom. It's also very Taurus energy, right? So that groundedness, that pulling in the energy that you want to bring in to get to where you want to go. So that's not bad at all. All right, we're going to move on to Capricorn. Hey there, Capricorn. Sun, moon, and rising. Before I forget, hit the thumbs up, please. I am so happy to be back and to see you. Leave me a comment and tell me what's been going on in your life. I did a whole video on what the heck's been going on in mine, so if you want to know, it's right there. I also want to really encourage you to check out the first part of this video where I covered the astrology. There's a lot happening in your sign. So I recommend strongly that you check it out. We've got Saturn moving direct. We've got Pluto moving direct. The sun's changing signs 4 times. Venus in Leo is now moving into that very supportive energy, trine energy with your sign in Virgo. We got a lot of things going on, a lot of changes, a lot of opportunity for growth and possibilities. Also an opportunity for some really explosive energy. So heads up on that you awareness will help control the rate of change. Try to keep things in balance and create what you would like for yourselves instead of having the universe say, gosh, I've been waiting for you to make this change, but since you're not doing anything, right? So Saturn moving direct now, so it's okay. I know I've been retrograding and you've been thinking about these things and you've been reevaluating them, but now it's time for that disciplined, that consistent, right, action. Whoops, wrong ones. Right? That's what it's asking. Okay, so the overall energy for the collective for this week is the 7 of Cups. 7 of Cups is choosing wisely, making an emotionally heart resonance kind of choice where we really feel into it and we do what feels right, but really looking for the soul to say yes, not just, hormones. Like, what does the soul say? So it's feeling in its heart resonance. So taking the time to really think about what you really are trying to create for yourself, because the 7 of Cups offers great opportunities and also, pitfalls. So choosing wisely. All right, so let's get some overall energy for you. Exciting. You have the King of Swords. The King of Swords, that's choosing wisely. That's that analytical energy. That's that knowing this is the right choice to make. And you have the 3 of Pentacles. This is building something. Usually it's in community, but we only have 1 person here. Oh no, there's 4. Oh, there's 4 little dragons. This is building something with the guidance of your spirit guides. Really tapping in and knowing what it is that you want, where you want to go, and what you're trying to build. It could be actually working with someone. 3 of Pentacles is usually community work, as in group work. So not group thing. I'm not a fan of group thing. Let me just tell you, not a fan. But group work, I'm a team player. I like that. So, take a look at that. Okay, so the moon is in Pisces, and it starts in Aquarius, but quickly gets into Pisces. And so this is about taking those things you've been thinking about, those ideas, that King of Swords energy, and then being willing to do the deep dive in yourself to see what resonates with your heart so that you know what direction to move in next. So that you can start building by the time we get to the end of the week when that moon is in the earth sign of Taurus, that Three of Pentacles energy will really start to come into play. So you have keeping it in check. Pay attention to what is going on around you. That's that analytical ability of the King of Swords, right? Pay attention to what is going on around you. You might be moving into something too quickly or missing some important details. Three of Pentacles is about, setting the foundation. It is community, it is working, but it is early in the game. So really paying attention to making sure that you aren't missing any details. Creating the stability of 4. This is 7 of Cups energy. I'm a little surprised because it's the number 8, and 8 is all about infinity and manifesting and everything. And so I believe if you really want to manifest, pay attention to the details, be really aware of what's going on. Wow. Okay. Let's get a little more information on that from that full moon that's going to happen in Aries. That full moon in Aries is happening at 9 degrees, which is where Chiron is. And it's going to shine a light on where the wounds are in your life, what needs to be healed. And that is in square energy to Capricorn. So that is some really tough energy. You are going to notice things are going to be triggered. I feel like things are really going to be triggered. And so staying in your analytical mind and looking to build something solid. But look at this, though. You have this Pisces, meditate and contemplate. And so on Tuesday into Wednesday, when the moon is in Pisces, it'll be in conjunction with Neptune. And this is a very Neptunian card here. And so really by paying attention to and meditating, I really want to encourage you to meditate this week, do some channeled writing, which is journaling, to figure out what it is you're going to release. What do you need to heal in order to remove the things, the blocks, I just heard the blocks in your life that are keeping you from the abundance, the flow of abundance. Keep checking in. Keep paying attention to the details. Don't let things slide. Saturn going direct is really going to be, are you on top of it? What do you need to know? We're at 25 degrees and Saturn's getting ready to, leave Capricorn for whatever, 30 years. And so 29, 30 years, whatever it is. So really wants to make sure he's leaving his house in order. What a statement. Okay, so the last time that that Saturn and Pluto were both in Capricorn was 1284. This is a big cycle that's winding up. Irregardless of where your personal Saturn is in your chart, wherever Capricorn is in your chart, Sun, Moon, Rising, whatever else you got going on, there is an area that really needs some focus and really paying attention to the details over the next 3 or 4 months. So really, really, so yes, you have dedication. Like pay attention to the details, dig in, use your meditation, your contemplation time to analyze and to ask for guidance from your higher self to know what to do. But then you have ecstasy, Dionysus. That's also about having a balanced life. All work, no play, not good. And if anything should be taken from the year 2020 was that we needed to slow down and have a full and complete life. That it is not all about work. I don't know how many of you were with me, but when I was, when I could tell that they were going to start shutting things down, I sat down, I made a schedule for myself of all these things I was going to do. I'm going to work on this. I had my day so completely scheduled out. And then I got COVID. Because the universe was like, no, you're supposed to be taking a break to do some healing, to do some spiritual development. That's what you're supposed to be doing. And so, you know, then the message all summer was, where's the joy in your life? Bring the joy into your life. And so Dionysus is saying, bring the joy into your life, Capricorn. Let it go. Feel the freedom of pleasure at its most divine. Reject the mundane. Don't be ordinary, be extraordinary. Okay, I just said that part. That was for me. All right, so here's your opportunity, right? Here's your opportunity to be dedicated to what you're trying to create. But the 3 is also about, you know, do you need to bring in someone to help you, right? So that you don't have to do all the work, so that you do have a balanced life, so that you can have time for yourself. Maybe it's time, right? Oh, you got the turtle also. Sagittarius got the turtle, I think. Be joyful and trusting. Be joyful and trusting. So yes, Dionysus, find the ecstasy. Find the joy in life again. I can't tell you how many times over the course of the last 6 months, the message from Metatron in particular, Cryon was channeled, and also heard this. I went to a seminar. I didn't channel that. But the message was, where's the joy? Where's the joy? That's all I've been hearing. I was like, oh, where is the joy? So I had to go looking for it. And joy comes from creation. And so a 3 is the number of creation. It's the lower vibrational energy of the Empress, which is the creative card, right? And so this is about creating something of value, Pentacles, that brings joy, right? That will bring you joy through the process of creation. That's part of keeping things balanced and joyful in your life. So don't just go and create something because it will bring in financial abundance. Go and create something that will bring in emotional and financial abundance. Find what brings you the joy and then figure out or allow the universe to guide you and direct you into how that translates into the financial abundance. First the joy, then the financial reward. That's the message. Wow. Okay. Yeah. Got it. Okay, so you have watermelon, tourmaline. My heart is open and giving. My heart is open to giving and receiving love. I transform the world around me by focusing on divine love, the joy, right? Open your heart to love, feel unconditional love and support, bridge the spiritual connection between heaven and earth, increase romance. You have amethyst. I pay attention with my intuition and dreams. I easily interpret their messages. So work on developing your intuition. Your psychic gifts, increase your dream recall. I cannot remember. I've talked to like your what? Sign 10. Neptune and Pisces, the moon and Neptune will be in conjunction in Pisces Tuesday night into Wednesday night. That is a really great night for dream journaling. So set the intention to get information through your dreams, but the veil is thin for like the next 30, 40 days. This is a really great time in general to do that. So, and then you have sodalite. I sail through life on calm, nurturing waters. I am at peace with myself and the world around me. Release the anger and increase harmony, right? Bring in the joy in. Reduce inflammation. Inflammation is brought on by a number of things, and stress can bring on inflammation, you know, high blood pressure, right? And so do what you can to reduce the stress in your life. Go for a walk. Go for a walk. So connect to Mother Earth. Allow yourself to ground, but also if you go for a walk after dinner, that helps to move things through your system in a much better way. So improve your inner knowing and calm, increase mental clarity and emotional balance. So yes, big time. It's been a tough year for Capricorn. It's been a tough year for everybody, but anyone on the Capricorn, with Capricorn strong in their chart, has been feeling a lot of pressure, right? We had the nodes going on and then all those planets up there. It's been a big frickin' deal. So, you can do it. You can do it. But first, what brings you the joy, and then figure out how to translate that into financial abundance. Okay? All right. Leave me a comment. Okay, so we're going to move on now to Aquarius. Aquarius. Hi there, Aquarius Sun, Moon, Rising. Hit the thumbs up. I had to say that quick before I forgot. Please hit the thumbs up button. I really would love it even more, though, if you would leave me a comment and tell me what you have been doing over the last 3 months while I was on my healing journey. I would love to catch up with y'all. I know there's been a lot of life changes for a lot of people, and I would love to hear what's been going on with you. So, at the beginning of this video, there is the astrology section. I highly encourage you to pay attention to that, to take a look at it. There's so much going on. On December 21st, Aquarius, you have the Saturn and Jupiter are walking into your sign. And so they're setting up for that change right now. And so there's a lot of things going on. And this week, Pluto and Saturn both go direct, which means things are going to start moving forward again in Capricorn, because now all the planets are direct in Capricorn. They're squaring off with Mars in Aries. That is Aries. Aries is like a frustrated child. I just saw this kid pacing. Like, when am I going to be allowed out of my room? And the longer it takes, the more energy is piling up. And when the door is open, there's going to be a real burst of energy. So that's kind of going on this week, because we have things happening in Taurus with Uranus. And so there's just a lot happening. And Venus is moving and from Leo into Virgo. That feels significant. So, if you are an Aquarius rising, Leo is your 7th house of romance and partnership. So, over the last 6 weeks or so, Venus has been highlighting for you how you feel about your romantic situations, or it could be business partnership, so your partnerships, your one-on-one stuff. And now with the Sun in Libra highlighting relationship balance, and Venus leaving to go into Virgo, there is this energy of, okay, I know what I want, I know what I need to bring my life into balance in this relationship aspect, and now I'm going to organize and get it done. It doesn't feel explosive, it feels calculated. So the overall energy for the collective was the 7 of Cups. The 7 of Cups is choosing wisely between the emotional choices that are at hand. And they could be any arena of your life, but there's emotional choice to be made in it. And so choosing the ones that bring the emotional happiness, not the ones that bring the upsetment. That's why they said that. Okay, so Venus moving into your 8th house of transformation, out of partnership into your 8th house transformation. There is a situation, but see, we have the 10 of Swords. This 10 of Swords is really interesting. I really want to try to get it close enough so you can see. The dragon is dead and the swords are already out. This situation is over, and it's been over. The burial hasn't happened, but the situation is over. There's still the cleaning up afterwards to be done. And I feel like, oh wow, up here you see the dragon's spirit. I mean, it is over. And so, Venus moving into Virgo says, okay, what do I have to do to clean up this mess? What do I have to do next? What are the next steps? Already did that. There's so much. what it feels like is this tightening around the heart, but a very quiet determination. Like, it is what it is. What do I need to do next? So I do want to encourage you to allow yourself time to heal. It takes about 1 month per year of a relationship to work our way through it. So if you were in a relationship for 10 years, you know, it's going to take you about a year to work through the healing. Just something to keep in mind. Why do these moon cards, they really want me to, okay. Why? What's going on? Okay. All right. Wow. We're going to talk about that Venus for a few more minutes here. Venus moving into Virgo. We have the full moon in Virgo, which says you are good enough and your dreams need a practical plan. The full moon in Taurus. This is very grounded energy, but they're full moons. It's the end of a situation. It is the assessing of it. It is, you are good enough. You are good enough. Do not let what happened here make you doubt your personal value and self-worth. Allow this transformation to happen. Allow that energy to move through you. And but your dreams need a practical plan. And this week has a lot of that energy of taking our dreams, that moon in Pisces, taking our dreams, and then bringing it down into the energy of Taurus, which is about taking our dreams and making them a reality. This month is really interesting. We actually get a blue moon. It's the second full moon in a calendar month. And we have that because on the 1st we have the full moon in Aries, and on the 31st we have the full moon in Taurus. So taking the time this month to create the steps and the plans, because you had the blue moon card that came up. So this is really interesting. They really definitely wanted to get that whole message out to you. So I kind of jumped ahead a little bit, but it was they really wanted to. Okay, so that moon in Pisces, that energy of moon in Pisces. So that is in your second house of self-worth, self-esteem, self-value. You are good enough. It is also about finances, practical plan, but you are good enough. Well, you really can't read that in this light. You'll just have to trust me. That's what it says. Okay, so you have here safe and surrounded by love. Keep your heart open and know that you are being protected. Listen to what you know to be true. Listen to your intuition. Listen to what resonates in the heart space and allow yourself to see and understand what is going on around you. This is the dolphin spirits. Dolphins are community oriented. So look around for the people in your life to bring the joy, bring the fun into your life that will hold space for you. That will be there with you, but look, they're not touching, right? They're there. They're in your space. You are surrounded by their love. You are safe. You are protected. They're in a pod, right? They hang out together. It creates a safety. I want to say don't isolate. Like, seek out the friends that support you. Seek out the friends that support you. So with that full moon that happens in Aries, which is in your 12th. Oh, no, it's not. It's in your full moon in Aries is in your 3rd house of communications. It's siblings, it's friends who are like siblings. Okay, so they're really close friends. So so there might be a shift also in a relationship situation that it might be a community situation. Or, oh God, you know how it is. Oh, I'm so sorry. When a couple break up and some friends go here and some friends go with that one, there might be a shift in the community dynamics that go on around that. But it says here, it is the full moon in Cancer. Lots of ending energy here, right? A personal issue reaches resolution. So this full moon energy is definitely the blue moon says believe in the impossible. Believe in your dreams. That is the abundance moon. So believe in your dreams, but you're going to need a practical plan. You're going to need a practical plan. Oh my gosh, and the abundance card came out for you. So it hurts when change happens. It hurts when we let go of something, but things are not happening to you, they're happening for you. This is the clearing the path to bring in the true abundance, the thing that brings in the joy. And so a lot of times when we're stuck in a partnership, whether it's business or personal, that is limiting, it's not fulfilling, by releasing and letting that go, it opens the opportunities. It opens the opportunity for the flow of abundance from the universe, for a new beginning, for a new start. So, Aquarius. Believe in the impossible. You have the butterfly, and that moon moves into Taurus, and it's that practical plan and action. It says, be ready to transform with wisdom. What have you learned? Every situation in life, whether it's a positive one or a negative one, teaches a lesson, and you're being asked to look at the situation. Transform your life with wisdom. What did you learn? What works? What doesn't work? How can you develop what works? What can you learn from what didn't work? How can you grow? How can you grow? How can you create? Because growing and creating, that's where the joy in life comes from. I mean, think for a minute about a body of water that sits stagnant and gets smelly and nasty, right? If it's not flowing, if it's not moving, then, then it gets yucky. That's a technical term. Okay, so your crystal cards, you have rhododendrite and you have sodalite. I've seen both of these, and I'm obviously, you're the 11th sign, and I can't remember anything now. It says sodalite. I sail through life on calm, nurturing waters. I'm at peace with myself and the world around me. This says release anger and increase harmony, reduce inflammation. That has come up so much over the last few signs. And so I feel like there must be a real need for people to be drinking more water, to be watching their salt intake, to be increasing their consumption of omega-3s, because, I mean, it is harvest season, and, I mean, corn isn't pro-inflammatory, and it's in, like, everything, but, I mean, my goodness, stews and corn on the cob, that's just all really good, and it's really hard to avoid. Just saying. Okay. So olive oil, good fats, coconut oil, and just increase your intake of water in general, and reducing caffeine, which I hate saying that because I don't like to do it. Okay, so release heartache, grief, and sorrow of past relationships. Encourage lightheartedness and joy. Restore the balance and the confidence of emotions. Transform with this wisdom. Allow the transformation to happen. This is a major ending to have all of these full moon cards show up, and this transformation card, and these cards that are encouraging you to transform. So big change, big change. I'm sending you so much love and so much support, and I will be meditating a little bit extra hard for the Aquariuses tonight. So you hang in there, okay? All right, you take care, and we'll talk soon. All right, let's move on. Hey there, Pisces. Pisces Sun, Pisces Moon, Pisces Rising. How are you? You are last but not least. My moon is in Pisces, and so I don't ever think of you as last. All right, I think of you as very important. I am going to ask you to go ahead and hit the thumbs up before I forget to ask. I forgot on several signs. It really does help my analytics, which after 3 months off are probably on life support. I didn't even want to look at them, so I didn't. I didn't want to know what that was going to look like. Okay, so I did pull a card for the overall energy for the collective in the first portion, which I highly encourage you to take a look at. It is all the astrology. the week. There's so much happening. We've got Saturn and Jupiter moving direct. We've got Venus moving from Leo into Virgo. We've got Mars in retrograde, squaring off with the planets in Capricorn. So how does all this come together? How does it affect you? That information is in the first part. Unless something comes up in this reading that, you know, makes me need to go into it. And the moon changes signs 4 times. So we start off with the moon in Aquarius, but very quickly at 11:38 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time on Monday, it does move into Pisces. And so all those ideas, those dreams, those hopes, those goals, those things you've been thinking about during that 12th house, especially for the Pisces rising. But that era of Aquarius also is just really like up in our heads, up in our heads. It is time to bring it into the heart, breathe into it through the heart to see what resonates for you. What is truly touches your heart and is the dream you want to pursue, the dream you want to bring it down and start grounding into action steps of reality by the time we get to the end of the week when the moon is in Taurus. And so the overall energy for the collective was the 7 of Cups. And so that is that energy of really taking a look at all the different opportunities and options and choosing wisely. And choosing wisely is really, because it's Cups, the emotional aspect is super important. Ooh, why? You have the 3 of Swords. 3 of Swords is definitely painful. See, I prefer the 10 of Swords over the 3 of Swords, because the 10 of Swords, by the time it gets to the 10 of Swords, you saw that crap coming for a long time, and you finally put a fork in it and said it was done. The 3 of Swords is, I didn't really necessarily see that coming, and this hurts like hell. So I want to get a couple of cards on what is that about? What is that about? At the bottom, we have the Star card. And that is, in my opinion, the reminder that life doesn't happen to you, it happens for you. So whatever this thing is, okay, you know, oh, never mind. I thought that was the Tower. It's not the Tower. It's the Hanged Man. So we have the 5 of Wands. The 5 of Wands is a catalyst for change. I mean, it is a lot of energy. It is people going at each other, situations, lots of things, but conflicting ideas, but it always generates a change. We have the 2 of Pentacles. This is trying to keep things in balance. Queen of Cups, that's totally your energy. 8 of Wands, the Sun, Strength, and the Hanged Man. Okay, I think there's a situation that you've been hanging on to for a long time, waiting to see what would happen. It might not fit you anymore. Like maybe for a long time you've been hanging in there, trying to stay balanced, you know, waiting to see what would develop. But I think you've outgrown it. I mean, these are amazing cards. 8 of Cups, following your intuition, especially when you're choosing from the cups in front of you. The 8 of Wands, that is energy moving forward. We've got the Strength and we've got the Sun. This is strong fire energy here. It's 3 of Swords, even though it's air, it feels very fire-like. Be willing to release what doesn't work for you, because there is something good on the horizon. And I don't think it's going to be easy. Okay, so this Sun, when I'm looking at this, this looks like let your light shine. Step into your confidence and be willing to move forward. Be willing to move forward. That's not always easy, right? There's the this is okay. So when the moon is in Aries and has that full moon in Aries, it happens on the 1st, which is what, Thursday? It is in conjunction with Chiron. And Chiron shines a light on what hurts. And all these other cards are pretty positive. And I almost feel like what happens is that comes up. Because look at all the fire energy around this Swords. It doesn't feel like swords. It feels like a fire sign. And I feel like there's a real light shown on an area of your life that needs healing. Pay attention to what hurts this week. It doesn't, because this doesn't look like a relationship breakup or anything like this. This looks like something is going to be brought to your attention that needs to be healed still, that's not done. So you need to focus on it, be able to take action on it. Pay attention to your dreams. The moon in Pisces on Tuesday night into Wednesdays actually comes into conjunction with Neptune, which is all about really, getting into that dream space. So you have pushed the surface. You may have become complacent. You might be stalling on the need, or in need of a new surge of energy. Become aware of the dynamics of your life. Are you hanging out with this swords energy, this Three of Swords, this pain, and the light's going to shine on you? You've been hanging there for so long, and it is time to take action and move yourself forward. It's going to take strength. It's going to take determination. But this Eight of Wands says move forward. The Strength card says you can do it, and the Sun says move into the light. Push to the surface. You can do this. If you've been... Oh, I don't like that word. Can I have a different word, please? Okay, mired. I'll take that one. I don't like that one at all. If you've been mired down under the weight of your emotional energy, if you've been struggling, okay. If you've been struggling to resolve a situation and it's been churning over in your mind over and over and over, and so you don't move forward because you're trying to stay emotionally balanced, but you aren't releasing it, it's holding you down. It's weighing you down. This is like a bungee cord to me. Like down. You go down into the depths and then pop back up. And you're like, oh, it's going better. Oh, no. Okay, better. Oh, no. That's what it feels like. Like it's something that's very cyclical. It's been going round and around and around. And look at this. These dragons are chasing each other's tails round and around and around. There is some situation that should have been resolved a long time ago. Maybe. I shouldn't say should. That's been waiting around for you to resolve it, though. It feels like a should have, but maybe you weren't ready. And you were being asked to push to the surface. Take the strength. Take the Eight of Wands. Use your intuition to choose wisely what you're going to do and push to the surface and allow the sun in. This is a time of great healing for you. Ooh, that's nice. Because remember, bottom of the deck, we had that Star card. That is hope. That is keeping the hope alive. Not for the situation that hasn't resolved, but for something new, for a new cycle to come in. New opportunity, new growth. Ruminating. Okay, so ruminating too much has kept you. So look for the lesson, release and move forward. Oh, yeah. Okay, so you are being encouraged so much to pay attention to your dreams. We've got Apollo, which is inquiry, and we've got Hypno, sleep. Your answers will come in dream time. The veil's really thin right now. It's really easy to access spirit. I would really spend some time in meditation and contemplation, but I'd go to bed with the intention of, I'm looking for an answer, I'm looking for guidance in my dreams tonight. And then when you wake up, write down whatever you remember. And if you wake up in the middle of the night, write it down then. And I know it's kind of disruptive to your sleep, but I feel like if you have this Three of Swords energy, your sleep's not in such great shape anyway, as a rule, right? Like it's something you spend a lot of time on. And so, it says it's a time to give rather than to take. The new moon in Virgo. Nothing will come of this situation. I feel like this is time to give to yourself. Instead of draining your energy, what lights you up? What lights you up? What fills you up like the sun? It is time to let go of what's not working for you and have hope for the future. Okay, in case you're wondering what the word was that I didn't want to say, it's wallow. I hate that. Oh, you're wallowing in your emotions. I'm exploring my emotions. I know you're right there with me, aren't you, Pisces? Okay, so when that moon gets into Taurus, you're asking to be a force for good. The kangaroo. And the kangaroo is safe and protected, by the way, right? The joey. But they also have giant leap forward. You're safe and you're protected. Move forward, 8 of Wands. Giant leap forward, not baby steps. In your case, this is actually letting go and moving forward of some situation that has been very, it's had you on a string bouncing around. What you might need to let go of is your anger and your resentment. Okay. Because I just heard, I unconditionally forgive myself and others. This summer, one of the healings that I did for myself was I worked with Alma Lightworker, and that was what Spirit told me. It was every day to sit down for 40 days and write in a journal. And to start it out with, I unconditionally forgive myself and others. And then I was supposed to write what I was grateful for. And I was supposed to do that for 40 days. I started laughing because the other thing they said is, when I stop before the 40 days are over, it's okay. When I pick it back up, I can start counting from where I'm at. I don't have to start over. So I'm sharing that with you. And by the way, I didn't make it through the 40 days yet. So they're just like, nudge, nudge, nudge. You need to finish your 40 days. Okay. So I'll do it. You do it. I'll see you on the other side of this. That is your challenge. I unconditionally forgive myself and others, and I am grateful for the following, right? Okay, so you have sodalite. Wow, this has come up so much. I sail through life on my calm, nurturing waters. I'm at peace with myself and the world around me. Release the anger and increase harmony. Okay, so you need to let go of the anger. You need to, okay, so this is more about forgiveness. What has kept you bouncing up and down isn't a person or a thing. It's been your inability to let go of what hurt you. The forgiveness. Either I can't believe I got myself in that situation and I let that happen to me. That's been rolling around in my mind all week. There was that beautiful pendant that I had that was Larmar that a friend sold me, but it was like a gift, really. She made it for me. It was to help with my heart chakra. Last year when I was moving, my movers stole it. And it's just like, and I've been really mad about that all week. And so then the other day I was like, I got to let this go. And so what I did was I said, I released the negative energy from how that stone was removed from my life. And whoever has it now, that they benefit like I did from it. And so I had to release that and let it go and get myself over it, because that just was really hard for me. I've been looking for it for a year, and I finally just had to admit it's definitely gone. I've been through every box now. I thought so. I was double checking. It is definitely gone. But what I released was my attachment to the anger about the situation, my frustration with it, gosh, why would somebody do that? The invasion, whatever. So whatever your heartbreak situation is, you've attached some kind of an emotion to it, and it's kept you bouncing up and down. It's kept you under control like a puppet on a string is what I'm seeing. And so cut the cords. Release it. Release your anger. I unconditionally forgive myself and others. I was really mad at myself because what was I doing leaving my jewelry on the bed in plain sight? What the fuck was wrong? What was wrong with me that I would do that, right? Sorry. I try not to do that on this channel. So it was that kind of energy of it. I was mad at myself because I messed up, but honestly, I wasn't wearing it that much anymore because it had already done the work for me. And so maybe it needed to be released to go out there and to help somebody else. And so I released the negative energy that was attached to it so that whoever it has it now can have the good benefits with none of the negative energy attached to it. So, what can you do in your life to do that, where you release the anger and you increase the harmony in your life? And also, again, with the inflammation here, we need to release inflammation in our life, things that stress us out. And then you have the peacock copper. I confidently show my true colors to others, and I am fabulous. Improve your optimistic outlook on life, the star card, right? Improve your optimistic outlook on life, increase happiness, feel confident and comfortable, embrace the ability to be in the spotlight. And there you go, right? Embrace the ability to be in the spotlight, step into your confidence, release what's holding you back, and step out into the sunlight. Break through, push through the surface. Now, my thing, you're like, well, no, what I'm going through is so much worse than someone stealing a piece of jewelry. I get it. Like, I get it. I've also had hard stuff too that I've had to do, but that was just the one that popped in my head. So, all right. So leave me a comment. Y'all take care. Oh, I got it done in 3 hours, which is good because my camera cuts out then. You guys have a great week, and I will see you back here next week. Until then, take really good care of yourselves. All right. We'll talk soon.